Okay.
Here,
Better.
are you recording your own voice? That's a question.
Oh, it's not important. Yes, I am.
Okay, so
Good. So
to
we
begin, Fume, you're finally awake.
cue the
Caught you
opening
crossing the
sequence.
border.
Cue the opening sequence from Skyrim.
Hello, I am finally awake.
And the
Hey, you're awake.
various people around you will now tell you to go into that other room where all your friends are.
There's also a lot of
Why?
dead people in that room.
Why should I go into
I
that
mean,
room?
has Vasil helped get any of them back up on their feet, or are they like proper dead?
He brought some of them back to life. He's not finished, but he's half through.
Fume's just
It's just-
buried in the
it's just-
pile of the next people.
But yeah,
Hello, who are you all? Why am I here? What is
I-
going on with my life?
they just say, in the next room your party's there. Maybe they can tell you what's up.
But you were here while I was there. What did you do? Why am I here?
Well,
Why
I,
do I
are you
feel like
all?
I've been punched a lot?
I woke up here 10 seconds ago. So, you were brought in unconscious?
I like stare at this person, just like blankly.
They start ushering you to head into the next room where your party can hopefully tell you what happened.
God, I can't wait for the rest of this session to be this room only. You can do it, Gray.
There we go. Right. So, Fume enters the next room with the question of what happened last time.
Who are all these people? Why was I unconscious?
I mean, half of them you've met already, and then there's like some other people that look like, race-wise the same as Colt and like his extended family and clan.
they all say hello except one of them who just waves at you.
Oh yes, Sonia and Colt were making out. That is their alibi.
And
Yeah.
Colt re-enters the room going, "Oh, we're doing that again," and he's got like the investigator guy from last time in his arms going, "I found this guy. He doesn't seem to have fallen victim to the rest of them, though. The same thing as the rest of them, though. There's no injuries." Because, like, we found the investigator last time, didn't we? Who, it seemed he just dropped of a heart attack of some kind.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot. You walked in the room and he fell out the door.
Yeah, it was one of those, like, falling out of the closet moments where you just open it and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
God damn it.
It
Also,
looked like
so
I had a regular old heart attack.
in terms of, like, so it just, like, brings Fume up to speed. We found that through a combination of spamming detect magic everywhere and summoning Ra for his true sight, we found that Jerez had some kind of, what was it? It was like giant magic, like the essence of a storm giant.
He had a
Last
giant's
time-
face on his back that we couldn't see.
Yeah, that only someone with true sight could see, and detect magic just detected the aura around it. That every single time somebody got struck, its eyes opened or something, or it blinked, or it tensed up. It flexed basically, and then that's when the striking was happening. But if Colt was right next to him, it would stare daggers at Colt and drain his ki. And every time he got drained, Jerez's sickness condition improved. So we've put Jerez into a demi-plane and healed him. And that seems to have stopped the ki drain and stopped the face from doing anything. So then we found a stone that puts people into a trance, and it banished Ra back to his domain somehow. And we found the investigator having died of some other undetermined causes. Colt thinks it's a heart attack with his medicine check. And that also begs the question: who the frig cast silence and darkness if it was just, and who was causing who and or what was causing Jerez's sickness condition? or ill condition, I should say. So those are still the questions still hanging about. Who cast the silence and the darkness for what purpose? Who and or what was causing Heres's ill condition, and was there suspicious circumstances behind the lead investigator dropping dead?
I mean,
That's where we're at.
him dropping dead definitely seems suspicious.
Yes, but his condition is different to everybody else who's been dropped so far.
So what's
Wasn't-
your take
wasn't
on
it-
this,
wa-
Fume?
wa- Joe, was he or was he not reaching for medication or something at the time? Or it looked like he was in the same room as some that he was going for.
It looked like he was searching for something. You would guess it was medication.
So what? Some drawers were pulled out.
Yeah.
Could Colt investigate those? While
Yeah.
he was while he saw, because the guy was like down here somewhere.
Yeah.
What would he find if he looked through drawers and stuff?
Looking through drawers, you would find. It seems most of the drawers are empty.
Mm.
There's nothing there. Roll me investigation.
Investigation.
I mean,
Rip.
Sonia, we could just set fire to everything and see if that solves the problem.
Funny enough,
draw.
Fireball said the same thing.
He's truly wise.
Sonia, I thought you liked this tiefling fella. You wouldn't want to burn his house down.
I don't think we should burn my house down. If my vote counts, says the tiefling.
Well, I vote no.
Oh well, plan A down. We'll have to find a plan B.
I'll take it with F3. He just notices. He just thinks, the drawers are empty.
Yeah, 100%.
But they were pulled out.
Yeah, they were.
The court will explain how he found the investigator and in what state he was in. At least he'll let everyone know that that the tiefling and Vexel and a bunch of others can vouch for having not been around, everyone not being around, because we all stayed in a group last time. But yeah, that's where we're at. So,
They all look at you, wondering why they've all been called here.
I know that's the bit I'm trying to remember. I had the line of questioning and everything. Well, Colt will explain to them, to the clan, where Heres is. He's in demiplane or safe room. That he's better now after having absorbed some of Colt's ki, and that his illness condition was being caused by something else, and the thing that's been doing all of the attacks appears to have been doing it in an attempt to maintain his life. Because as soon as Colt came back into the picture, it started eating off of him instead. Or at least that's at least what he's Colt's taking away from it. That's what he seems to think from what he's seen anyway. Whether so he's gonna ask the clan, did anything else change after I was sent away? Did any clients of the clan give you guys any sort of I don't know, magical charms or any types of foods or anything like that in exchange for services that you provided? Heres mentioned fighting a bunch of giants after I'd gone. So, or address to everybody.
Yeah, fought some giants, but we didn't really get anything magical off any of the clients. Not that we know of, at least. We got money and lodging and stuff. Some of our training equipment as well.
Did any of the giants have anything magical on them?
Which specific parts of the training equipment?
Some of the armor and stuff.
Can you? Who's saying this? Any of them specifically?
It would probably be it would probably be Vasil. God, I hope
Vasil.
I'm saying his name right.
Yeah, yeah. So Vasil's the cleric-y healing one that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is basically a more competent Edmund Blackadder, effectively character-wise. Can you show me which one specifically?
Yeah. He will lead you off and gesture to inside this wardrobe. There is a mannequin which has some armor on it. He points to that armor.
So am I still getting the same like case of the Wibblies as I was getting before in this room off of that?
Oh yeah.
You okay? Like places his hand upon it.
You definitely feel really bad.
Yeah, he looks like he's like tensing up to like be near it. So is this Vex or Vel? Yeah, you said this is Vasil, who's like the cleric healer one.
Yeah,
So you said you got this after fighting a storm giant.
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Hera's brought it back as some loot.
As it picks up the armor. As I said, what was attached to Hera seemed to be related to storm giants in some way, shape, or form.
Touches the armor. Colt, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, that's a bad one. I'll burn a key just to see if I can get higher. Yay! With Diamond Soul coming in clutch.
30 is good enough. It makes the cut by just.
But does he feel anything with that 30 that and like shake something off or what?
Oh, you just feel something very intensely evil.
Staggers and drops it. Like in a sort of very unlike him kind of like micro panic for a split second kind of way. But
Like
just drops it.
You now this has happened. It's a bit clearer to you that all of the equipment seems to have been stained with some sort of evilness. It seems pretty evil. You don't really know how to describe it other than just intensely evil. Like it just keeps going back to your mind that it's evil.
Can I make some sort of check to try and figure it out? I mean, I know the Colt's not the smartest boy. He's going to report this to smarter people, but see if he can figure something out. Yeah, nah?
Yeah. What would you like to roll to investigate or figure out?
The downside is that without being bullshit, I can't help but think that like all of the rolls that I could make at this point would be like, ones that Colt's really terrible at. I'll roll. Would you say this is something you said this is something that Colt is familiar with, or is it more sort of? It's just like a really like JoJo menacing kanji wibbling around feeling.
It's vaguely familiar.
Shall I roll history then? Not that it matters. Same modifier.
No, it's not something you would remember.
Shall I just roll intelligence because?
Sure, roll me a flat intelligence check.
Yeah, because I have no like intelligence proficiencies, so it doesn't matter. And 16's not awful.
You believe that some form of incredibly evil, either thing, person, or object has touched all of these. They must be so intensely evil it literally radiates off their being.
Yeah, everyone would hear like the clatter of the training armor crash to the ground as Colt just like takes a couple of steps back and vaguely to Vasil just goes, "Well, that's malevolent."
Vasil would like catch you and reinforce you or whatever and be like, "What did you see?"
Seriously, what was that storm giant that you fought? And who specifically gave you this? It's radiating menace.
It is.
Yes, I can feel it in my bones. Feel it in my ears. It's like what I am. It's what I imagine someone like Sonya would feel if they cast Detect Evil and Good.
Yeah.
Like they can just sense that it's just radiating evil off of it. Who did you get this from? What was that giant? Was it some sort of like tyrant or something?
I mean, we picked it off the giant, but like we got it, we looted it from its lair once it was dead. Again, Hezra brought it back. It was a lot of the armor and stuff was kept in a big chest.
So the only information that you had was that it was terrorizing a town.
Yeah, and like we opened this big chest. They found the armor and we decided to use it as training equipment. We had it looked at by some like people to determine if it was magic or not. It wasn't magic when we first picked it up.
Yeah, but it took a Sonya just to see what was attached to Jerez. Trust me, there's wizards and then there's Sonya, right? It's like our starting recruits versus like me.
Wait,
Hmm,
you're
that-
talking about the person that keeps saying that they did it?
Colt has a high opinion of Sonya. Come on.
No, I'm saying that's them. They're like, wait, you are talking about the person who keeps saying that they committed the crimes, despite it couldn't be them.
He dismissively waves at you. He goes, "Yes, she's smart, but she's very weird as well."
Nods,
Try
nods.
to not worry about that bit.
I won't argue that she's not insanely weird.
Nods.
Comes back, reports that to everybody. Just goes, "Okay, pieces starting to come together. Kind of more information, I guess." A lot of the training equipment, mainly the armor, it has been taken from a storm giant that the clan defeated, and man, is it just radiating evil. It was also taken out of a chest. I don't know if giant layers and chests have some sort of what's the word I'm looking for?
Thing behind them.
Not
Special effect?
not synergy, but like
Like a dragon's hoard. It's all
Compatibility?
generating.
yeah, like how a dragon's horde can like absorb some of the dragon's power. I don't know if giants can do that.
Either do we. The book isn't out yet.
As if that's going to have anything about that in it.
As far as you're aware, no.
Did you hoard everything out of its lair?
I mean, yeah, we took everything from its lair that looked like it of some value. We left some of the stuff, but mostly
Some?
just the. Well, yeah, we left the like giant chairs and stuff because didn't really have use for those. But took all the adventurer-sized magical things.
Do you still have all of them?
Oh yeah, it's all that training equipment.
Oh, that's literally all it was.
Well, most of it. There's like some bits and pieces here and there, but like we got some rope and a couple of swords, but we mostly just sold all that stuff.
It addresses this to like the whole room to anyone who might know. He goes, I suppose if it has a magic attached to it, it's probably not going to be very easy to destroy.
Of course, the magic items could have been cursed by the
that
giant.
turns shocked. It's like, yeah, he is. He's right.
It could be cursed.
That's actually a really good theory. Something's wrong. It's Fireball. He's a doppelganger.
So it
Get
was
him.
Fireball all along.
Plot twist: he is a doppelganger.
I mean,
but he killed the
if you
evil
want to get
one.
rid of him, I can eat him.
9th level fire magic, go.
Please don't.
Look, if you're going to accuse me,
Spectral arms come between you two. Say, please don't. Not in here.
if you're going to try and kill me, I'm going to employ my most powerful magic.
If you're going to do that, can you do it outside?
Who tried to kill you?
You threatened to eat me.
I asked people if they wanted rid of you for safety reasons that I can eat you.
Look, I'm not planning to kill anybody here.
Really?
Yes, I'm not the bad guy, Sonia.
I am genuinely shocked that you don't want to kill anyone here.
No, I don't. Not even the person that likes to eat fire people.
I don't like anything. I just do it because I must.
Anyway, I only suggested that the treasure might have been cursed.
Okay.
In a specific way. So, casting remove curse on a specific item that may or may not be cursed might be a good idea.
Yeah, Sonia, you said you would try to remove curse on Jerez, but it just, remember it just blinked out and then came back? If a curse is attached to an item, would that cause it to just keep coming back?
That might just be the result of a curse, not a curse itself.
Again, similar to what was said before, in terms of like some I know often magic is the get all of just get rid of the thing, just do the X, but like with magic items, how you can have a common one and a legendary or an artifact, you can have different tiers of curses, so potentially it could be a much harder one to get rid of.
Would it be a case of having to destroy the item then?
Or using your highest tier of magic to destroy the curse?
That depends on how the curse works, because it's not the most common, but there is cases where you have something that is cursed and then destroying it just transfers the curse.
So if I destroyed it, I could become the one that is cursed.
Maybe.
Or it could affect you as well.
Yeah. This seems like quite high tier cursing, probably from the thing that died.
And it's already affected Jerez because he used it.
What I think we need to do now is identify any items that are magical, and then identify from those magic items which of those specifically are cursed.
Well, my hither staff's definitely not cursed. That's why I'm going to charge you way more for it.
I'm going to charge a premium. Why? Because it's not cursed.
Exactly.
How do we know?
We haven't checked whether it's cursed or not. You could be lying.
Check away.
Sonia, check it.
I feel like that's not the most important thing now.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later. But also, this begs the question. Okay, yes, I can feel malevolence coming from the cursed item. It's not necessarily doing anything right now. I mean,
it is.
Once I came back into the picture, it just started draining ki from me into Jerez.
It is. It's got your friend locked in a demi-plane.
Well, I mean, we've done that for the sake of everyone else's safety.
Yeah, but it's because
for now, temporarily.
Yeah,
but it was only doing that because he was ill. It was only doing that because he was ill.
That illness is probably because of the staff.
Or
what staff?
The thing on his back.
Sorry, the thing that's evil. The thing that you've got there. The evil thing that you don't like.
Are you talking about the cursed armor?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Okay, so we're back to possibility A: destroy the armor and destroy the curse.
That might A, kill your friend, B, transfer the curse to you, C, curse you as well, D, kill both of you. Or E,
Sonia turns back and is like, again, he's not wrong.
E, curse everyone.
Wow, these curses are nasty.
So
Like,
what do we do?
It depends how strong it is. Sonia, you're good at judging the strength of magical crap. Determine how strong it is. Come on.
I determine quite strong.
I meant specifically with magic. You can do that, right? You're a smart bean.
I am a being.
Sonia's only a bean after all.
Okay, so
Oh, I just thought of the most chaotic thing ever, but it's such a Sonya move and Colt wouldn't think to do it. God damn it.
What is it?
No.
I can try and destroy the armor with magic, but that may also just destroy everything.
I mean, I was going to stab it with my lightning blade, but I don't think that would do anything considering if it's so strong.
Like, if you do even magic items have a limit, but it's the resultant destruction of the item that may have damaging consequences, but also magical consequences.
It seems to be fixated on me though when it was on Jerez's back, and then it was absorbing my key. What if I gave it enough?
It'll just want more.
okay,
How do we know that?
science time.
Magical shit like this always just wants more in the end.
So Colt, you could
Yes.
think of magic items a bit like balloons.
Yes.
So, let's say that your energy is the air that you're blowing into it. If you have a really cheap, thin balloon, it won't take long before it pops. But if you have one of them really expensive balloons that you're probably making animals and stuff out of, those balloons get real big before they pop. Now imagine all that air is now back to energy, and you've filled it up real big. That's kind of what Fireball's getting at.
So
Yeah.
if I tried that, I might just pump key into it over and over and over until boom,
Boom! Yes.
Yeah.
and then I am scattered into ashes.
Plus potentially everything around you.
Yeah.
I do generate a lot of power.
But which is why we should probably do this in a large open space. Unless you want to do it here and destroy this guy's house.
No.
No.
I
I agree with this Fireball person. It should be away from the house. Yes.
I like my house.
I could get Ra to take me to his domain and do it there, because at least there he'd be able to contain the blast and resurrect me immediately after I am blasted into atoms. Because I could just wear it and then get transported there.
Could do, but you've already summoned Ra today, right?
Yeah, but if I had if I had something like ascending, I could just message. Which is why I've been dying to get some sending stones and just give him one, but we haven't encountered any.
Just give
Sonia,
him
you're
mobile.
sending, right?
He doesn't have a phone.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, Sonia, you're getting a call.
Yallo?
It's from Discovery.
Yallo?
Discovery says, the connection's not amazing, but it's like something about an orchestra and like your demon, and they really want to like go there.
What?
Orchestra?
I think they're talking about Orcus and going to there to kill Orcus.
Oh yeah. tell them no, not yet.
Not that Fireball knows any of this. I'm just saying this out of game.
No, you said that in game because otherwise I would not have remembered that. Andrew is
Also,
only half here.
Also, that did happen while Sonia was with this party, so we would know that she's like
Okay.
met him before.
The response is something about like putting wheels on the maze. It's a terrible connection.
That sounds like a terrible plan.
Isn't the other you there? Keep making sure everything's going fine.
There should be.
And then the time wizard in Court's head just goes, "It is Sonia, you know."
Look, just tell them we'll be there shortly. We're solving out a murder.
We're figuring out what this curse is.
Yeah, we're figuring out a murder. No, wait a minute.
Okay, I'll ring back.
Unless it can't wait. Is there a demon lord attacking the place that they're at?
I'll just get to work now. I'll ring you back once you're done with the murder. Bye.
This is not fair, Joseph. And Andrew, brain not fully turned on.
him brain not turned on. This illegal.
Colt turns back to his clansman and he goes, "However, you said you got this thing after I left."
Well, no. The giant attack took place just before you left. Oh, the giant fight. Hezra went to fight the giants alone. Or the giant alone. He just brought all the stuff back. He didn't really check it over.
So when was this? When I was off on another job?
Yeah. You'd just been struck by lightning. And so you were like...
it was during that period.
Yeah. Like, you know, it would have been about the same time, actually.
Okay,
I was out for a week.
okay. Colt, I have a plan.
Oh God, I'm listening. I'm
Okay,
apprehensive, but I'm listening.
okay.
He's visibly tense.
It does involve you dying,
Oh, what else is new?
but we will bring you back.
Uh-huh.
You know that thing on the ship that gives you
the
more power?
The power one, yeah.
We give that to you,
Uh-huh.
which makes you more powerful.
Uh-huh.
They all go, you guys have a boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not
Yeah,
going
But
on.
Cole actually, because it's his clan, he goes, "Of sorts."
we're so far inland, though.
Airship.
It's a magical boat. We'll
I
tell you
guess-
later.
These guys have seen airships before.
That's an airship.
You guys have seen airships before.
That's true. I guess you do. I guess airships, but
Okay.
since when
So-
did you guys have an airship?
Look, it's a long story. You will probably see it later. It's
Oh.
fine. It's just a vessel.
We'll show you later. Right now, I've got to orchestrate how we're going to kill your friend and then bring him back.
Fireball, not to poke holes in your plan, but doesn't that machine only work for spells?
Hey.
I don't think it works with my key. Otherwise, every single time I threw a punch, it would destroy the vessel.
I don't know how key works.
It's kind of like magic, but it's more spiritual energy rather than what you do, which is tapping into the arcane.
Okay.
Unless I learned this new key technique, looks at Vexel, and amped up my key to like stupid levels, and then tried it that way.
Okay. I have a separate plan then. And it involves
Me dying.
possibly me dying.
Why do all the plans involve one of you dying?
It's
One
funny
of
that
someone-
Joseph,
one of-
that's
if-
what I was thinking.
If one of the clansmen say that, Colt is like, "We get this a lot."
Okay.
It's.
So,
I think it's because he's not from around here. It's how things work where he's from. I think.
okay.
But
So-
Ben's also like, I really don't like plans where I have to die.
So,
They're not all that common, but it's
I know it's
happened.
Yeah, Colt turns to Ben and he's like, "I know, right? I know it's happened more than once, but it never gets easy."
okay.
Mm,
So
if I had a
Ben,
nickel for every time I died, I'd have one nickel. But it's weird
I-
it happened that one time.
I'd have 5.
If
No,
we're
no,
counting,
I'm
if we're
counting
counting
at least two,
time
Ben.
got deleted, he'd have 2. But neither him nor Fireball remember that.
I've
so-
never died, but
Anyway,
lots of people around me always die.
What's this plan that involves you dying?
okay, so Ben gives me the power thing.
Huh?
I then go to somewhere out of the way.
Huh?
I then try and obliterate it with all of my magical power.
As long as you aim towards the sky so it doesn't blow up the planet.
Also,
You know games are getting daft when you're going, let's not blow up the planet.
No,
Also,
yeah, you're not quite planetary level yet.
also
Yet. I like that.
Well,
I-
the intention is the yet. The hope is that you do eventually get there.
ideally, I
You
will.
survive long enough.
Ideally, I will. When I do this, I will be in and around where your revivey friend is.
My revivey friend, he got banished back.
Yeah, but like tomorrow, or like
I suppose now that people aren't dropping the urgency's alleviated a bit.
unless we have a way to contact him now. I forget your name. What's your name?
Which one are you pointing at?
All of the NPCs in the room say me.
No, noble person.
Oh, the noble.
Ah, me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have the sending spell?
No.
Do you have a scroll of sending?
No, because I'd need to make it and I don't have the spell.
Okay. Ben, do you have sending?
Ben says, I do have sending.
Okay. Can you send a message to Colt's,
Wow.
friend from another dimension?
To
Raw.
Hezra? Or Raw?
No,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay. I guess I can...
Tell them. One
He
second.
can only summon me, by the way.
Oh, can he?
Yes, and that one time where you were in there, you remember how you had to squeeze in my mouth to get back? I'm not doing that again. I do have the Amare thing, which is that
Ben-
tiny little pocket dimension, but I'm very suspect of using it.
Ben will then also point out, oh yeah, all of those dimensions are like locked up. So I can't sending to Ra.
Okay. Right. I have a plan. Do any of you know Revivify or Resurrection or any way to bring me back?
Viz has already used
Vi-
Resurrection today.
Vazel's like, yeah, I know Ray's dead and Revivify. I have all the... I'm gonna bring you back.
Okay.
But will you, though?
Hmm. Maybe.
Ben,
I don't like that maybe. Look, you know fine well I didn't do any wrongdoing, but at this point...
Look, bring me back or I will hunt you down and kill you.
How will you do that if you're dead?
I'll find a way.
Okay.
He will find a way. He always does.
Okie dokie.
My vengeance will become manifest.
I'll bring you back to life.
Okay, Ben, I need the power thing.
It's on the ship. Why do you
And-
need it?
Have you been listening to the conversation?
Well, can't you just take a crack at it?
Yeah, but I want to make sure that I'm more powerful so I can definitely do it.
Okay,
Is it-
hear me out
is it-
here. You take
Isn't
it.
isn't it
you take
proximity
it in range.
based?
Yeah, you take it in range of the power thing, and then what if the curse gets stronger?
Okay, you, noble
yes.
person, do you have anywhere out of the way that won't destroy your house?
I have a field.
Preferably more than a kilometer away. Or a mile, sorry.
Well,
have
if
a- I
we
have-
go any further, I won't own the land.
Yeah.
It's just occurred to me that if I wear the armor, one, the curse might transfer to me. But if... Oh, wait, yeah. We can't contact Raw.
Okay.
Unless we just wait a day.
Is your farm more than a mile away from here?
Well, it's like a little, not really that far. sort of along the main road. I mean, you must have seen it if you came here along the main road. You guys did not see the farm because you came here from the forest.
Yeah.
No, we came from another direction. Is it more than a mile from here?
Oh no.
Ben, Ben,
Yep.
the power artifact. Is that like a hard limit on its range, or is it a case of it fades in gradually? Or do you not know?
I
I mean, we have had it for a while.
mean,
Sonia,
it's zipped
Hmm?
up to the ship currently, but I believe there's a limit on it. There's a hard limit on its
Okay.
range.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you had, let's say you had two wizards both cast minor illusion because it's harmless.
Yeah, and one was really.
If
close to
one of
one.
them was like 5 feet further away, would there be a point where the effect just wouldn't trigger?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Because Fireball's beam has a long range, and we're gonna want to put the armor somewhere up a height far away so that he can fire up and away from the planet.
okay.
I suppose.
So we
So-
can get Fireball just within range to pull off this plan. And then
True.
have the cursed item further a freaking way so the beam can do the rest of the range.
I suppose.
Cole?
we could try it.
Yes.
Pass the armor.
Okay, goes and gets the armor and just freaking tolerates the feeling that he gets off of holding it.
Roll me wisdom.
Me?
No, Cole, because he's holding
Oh,
the
okay.
armor.
Wisdom save or just straight wisdom? Because that was a straight wisdom.
Wisdom save.
22.
You stave off that intense feeling of evil again.
Okay.
I still don't want to find out what will happen if I let this beat me.
I'll take the armor. Sonia, do you have a spare demiplane?
No, don't.
Fire-
eh,
Fireball. Roll me a wisdom saving throw real quick.
Oh, great. Here we go. Like, Court's like, no, don't wait. And then you just nab it off him anyway.
I
Great.
should.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Your alignment is now lawful evil.
But I also have the good thing.
What good thing?
The good spirit thing that I absorbed.
Yeah, that's you still have it. It's still there. But your alignment's lawful evil.
Okay.
It's just in your head still.
Okay.
Okay,
None of its
Fireball.
powers.
What's the next part of the plan?
The armor is
I
mine.
was just. It doesn't do much for you. It's like
It's
actual,
mine.
actual
My
equipment wise,
pocket.
it's just leather
Mine.
padding.
Away.
He's
I
turned oh great, he's turned chaotic, or more chaotic than he was.
You can leave the armor be. You're not like obsessed with the armor.
No,
It's
the armor is mine. Leave me alone, strange voice.
okay.
I told him not to pick it up. God damn it.
Fireball has decided to become obsessed with the armor.
For some reason.
Yes. So, Ben just goes, this has gone about as well as most of our plans go.
I mean, no one is dead yet, so it's technically going better than some plans.
True.
Right, I'm half tempted to roll dice to decide whether I do this or not.
Go for it if you want.
Odds evens.
I'll start walking out of the house.
That's odd. Right. Pulls out the little remote thing. That you know that Amir gave him that opens that little tiny pocket dimension thing.
Uh-huh.
Opens that
It
and
opens.
shoves Fireball in with the armor.
Okay.
You can try to resist, but I'll be using like wisdom for my strength score.
And
So-
job done.
I'll resist that.
You oppose
Right.
it with athletics or acrobatics fireball versus Cole will be using his it's your athletics proficiency, but you can obviously use your wisdom modifier.
Yeah,
Ghost
You've got to beat a
hand.
17.
because right. I'll roll a wisdom save just because it's the same modifier, as opposed to me like typing it in.
18.
You struggle valiantly, but as you like try to like dodge out the way, another spectral arm zips out, grabs you, and just like basketball dunks you in, and his real hand presses the button, and the demiplane shuts.
It's very tentacly in there.
Yeah, but they keep catching fire, so it's fine.
That's true.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that place is oxygenated, so that's separated all of those problems for now.
How
Until
sure?
I,
How sure are
I'm
you of that?
as sure as I am that Amer is evil.
Okay.
At least that should buy us some time. That he's not going to fire his beam and destroy this whole place, or turn even more evil. At some point, I might be able to get the armor off him, get the Ra's place, and then try to pop this balloon as you described it.
Am I able to try and obliterate the armor in here?
You may, but one second. I need to send you a message first. Actually, instead of sending you a message, I'll just drag you into the other chat.
I mean, I could just mute my.
Oh fuck! What have I done?
You have done nothing.
Colt effectively thinks he's just shoved him into a cupboard, like
Positive vibes.
a space cupboard of some kind.
Positive vibes.
What's happened?
I don't know.
I mean, Colt's shoved Fireball into a demiplane
Oh,
because
good.
because he was making off with the armor, and my above game, but Colt's thought was, shit. He doesn't know what the range on the power artifact is. If he gets too close, then yeah, the curse might get way stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, need to stop this.
And then fireball won't go boom.
Okay, so that's now sorted.
Ah, good, excellent.
So Firewall, what are you gonna do?
Can I try and obliterate the armor? Am I able to try and obliterate the armor?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing to do this?
I'll just place it on the floor.
There's not really enough space.
Okay. Can I hold it just like in front of me?
Yeah, it kind of keeps falling over on you and stuff. You can't really separate yourself from it, but it's,
Okay.
you can hold it in front of you.
Is there a flat wall?
Not quite flat, but flat enough is like the tentacles.
Okay.
Because the wall is comprised of tentacles, but they're trying to be a wall.
They're trying their damnedest.
Yeah.
Am I able to blast it with my blasty thing?
Which blasty thing? Your Kamehameha, your fireball?
Yeah, my Kamehameha thing.
Cool. You are. Roll an attack. Roll the damage for an attack.
Okay.
Well, actually, roll an attack and then roll the damage for an
I'd
attack.
be rolling all of my spell slots for this.
Okay.
So, D20 plus. It's usually a deck save.
Sure, just roll the damage then.
So it's 8d6 per level, right? Oh no, it's the same power scaling as Fireball, right?
Yep.
Sorry.
So it increases by d6 the higher level slot you put in. And you have 1 9th level.
2 9th levels. 1 8th, 1 7th, 2 6th, 3 5th, 3 4th, and 4 3rd.
Yeah.
Those certainly were numbers.
32. $89. 113.
God, there was so much like good planning and stuff going on for at least like 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, and then
But imagine if that had gone on for the whole session. Then
And-
what would we do?
like a wisdom save of 9 happened, and then everything went to shit. A wisdom save of 9, and my really like dumb decision making.
Hey, I'd say that's a new record, so take the positive
New record for what?
for things being normal and good planning happening before the chaos fell in.
I mean, Colt would probably like after a little while. Colt would probably go, "Hang on a minute, this is Fireball. He's probably just gonna like try to laser blast his way out of this situation. I probably should let him out." But he would like come out of the building first to do it, just in case.
So what you're saying is you're giving him enough time to do what he's doing, but you've taken the thing outside.
You're rolling, I believe, 236 d6 against
Okay.
it.
I mean, again, it's just down to like what Colt does and does not know. Like he doesn't know all of this stuff is happening, but he's like, I know a Fireball. He's probably tried to blast it as hard as he can by now. But just in case something bad happens, because this is like a tech item, I will take it outside first.
You blast it, and it really is just ash. Like, it's just nothing but ash.
Okay.
The tentacles look very charred and look quite annoyed at you.
What the fuck, dude?
The fuck was that for?
The tentacles sign at you.
I'm
as
imagining
the-
they are like I'm imagining the tentacles are like the helping hands from Labyrinth, where they like make a face and then work the mouth and then noises come out.
Exactly.
As-
See, now you
as they-
get it.
The
they
tentacles
go
form
back
a face
to-
that goes, "What the fuck, man?"
As they go
What was
back
that
to being
for?
a wall.
I now have no way out of here, so
Yeah, as
The
I was
armor is
saying,
just dust.
after a little while,
am I still?
Colt would probably
You-
get worried.
you are.
Actually, you go like away from the building, but not like near the ship, and he'll tentatively press the button that opens the door again to see how Fireball's doing. Are you okay in
I'll
there?
jump out. I'll attempt to jump out.
You jump
what
out.
did you
Yeah.
do? Quickly shuts it again because he's like, "Fuck, this isn't a mare thing. Don't let it be too long. I don't know what's in there." She says
The armor's
she said that's essentially a cupboard, but I'm still a bit funny with it.
the armor's
Yep.
destroyed. There's a lot of tentacles in.
Yeah, maybe she. Okay, take that thought. Talking to himself, he goes, "Take that thought, put it in the bin."
Understatement of the armor was destroyed.
Okay, destroyed as in just there's nothing left.
Oh yeah, that thing was atomized with the amount of damage that was dealt to it. Like
Yeah.
God,
Is
Yeah,
Sonya still concentrating on her detect magic?
Yeah, there's
I-
nothing else. I would imagine that would.
Okay, Colt will bring Fireball back and we will report on what's happened.
Fireball looks a little magical, I guess, but he always looks a little magical.
Magical boy.
He looks a lot less magical actually now that he's just burned all his spell slot.
Yeah, I have no magic.
Does he have the same thing that Jerez had on him though?
Nah,
Am I still? Sorry, I am
You-
sick, but I am evil on it. So,
you are evil still. Yes.
okay.
is there something like in his head making him that way, or is it just his alignment's just shifted?
Nah, he's just evil now.
Okay. Um,
Like, there's nothing telling him to do evil things. He's just evil now.
Ironically,
Okay.
the deck of
Of-
many could fix that.
Yeah, this is true, but I am so stupid because I could have undid that, but it's been too long now.
okay.
God damn it! At least the armor is ash. How are you feeling,
Okay.
Fireball?
I'm feeling absolutely fine.
Are you sure? Because you did touch that thing. You did touch the armor, and it was just radiating menace when I held it.
Yes,
sure?
I'm fine.
You
Yes,
didn't.
I've destroyed it.
Okay, as long as you feel alright and you don't feel any different.
Okay. We need to check on your friend. Make sure he's okay.
True. Sonia, are you about to do the honors?
Sure.
Also remember, and then you'll
Not
say, remember G, true polymorph, etc.
also not egg.
For
Indeed,
don't go
not
to
egg.
the egg dimension.
The clan members are like, what are these eggs? Of course, I don't ask.
Not
You
egg.
you don't want to know.
They're an unstoppable evil that can only be contained by seemingly the barriers of a plane, presumably.
They don't have cross-planar travel, and we've seen
The barriers of time, at least.
We've seen chronomancy work on them. Also, Bear. And he points at his cloak, and the bear waves at the clansman.
They're like, what the fuck has Colt been doing on his
Okay.
time away from?
I said I've been a long way away from home.
Okay, there's two things we need to do. We need to check on your friend, see if they're still cursed, and also, after that, show these guys, like your crew specifically called, show everyone the ship. Give them a ride, maybe.
I mean, there's no super rush for that, but I would like to check on Harris, see if like
But
curse is still
that's
sticking.
that's why I said second. But let's go check on your friend.
So do you have the man? I understand that I've been asking a lot of you today. Do you have the energy left over to be able to do all this?
Oh yeah, I can do this infinitely. This is just teleporting.
I was talking about the polymorph as well.
What?
I was talking about the polymorph as
Oh,
well.
yeah. I haven't used any of my big spells yet.
Okay. Thank you for everything that everything that you've done today.
I will admit, I
You've
forgot
been a real
him.
team player.
I forgot him, Goblin.
Yes,
Him is Goblin.
It
And
no
all the
matter.
other clan members are like, he's what?
Him is Goblin.
we restored him. We restored him to prime health, but it had a little bit of an after effect. But it's okay. We can just undo it. It's fine.
What?
Just don't. Just give us a second, because he's just like they don't have to go into the demi plane. Just we can just do that.
He's see a little goblin chilling in the demi-plane, like,
Hello.
hello.
How's time in the plane den been?
It's been nice having a functional body that's not dying.
Well, good news,
I'm not-
Sensei.
I'm not a fan of being a goblin. But
I mean, I was gonna say good news, Sensei, but it's kind of just news. We still need to see if there's like negative repercussions to what's been done. Can Sonya still see the wibbly bits of like curse magic on his back?
you can still see like the aura, the faint aura around on his back. Then yeah.
No, it's still sticking.
So explosion didn't work.
Unless there's other cursed items. Other than just the armor. They did say they cleared out a whole... Court were like, can you zap him, please? This is weird. I've lived my whole life knowing him as a larger than life, like big muscle man. Seeing him as a goblin is weird. Can we please just undo
He's
him?
a
Undo
he's a
this.
really muscular kobold. Sorry,
It's
not kobold.
goblin.
Goblin. He's a really muscular goblin. You know, for a goblin, he's incredibly muscular and pretty tall for a goblin. But that's still like
He is still goblin.
Yeah, he's still a small goblin.
Hey, I know a guy that likes to kill goblins.
He will
Sorry.
get punched.
You will
That
get
first that first episode was grim.
Yeah.
Anyway, can we,
Please? Fix? Yes?
I'm not hearing a yes. Too busy looking for goblin memes
No,
by the looks of it.
that was true. Yes, I was looking for the tall goblin, but also, just so you know, technically your plan works, but it will make him much weaker for a time. Because, I know this makes no sense, but I can put him back into his body, but it won't be his body. It'll be the equivalent of his body. He'll physically have to relearn all of the stuff he did.
Right.
Hey, I thought that.
That's his
So what,
reaction.
if you true polywash me into another version, into myself again, I wouldn't be able to use any of my key abilities.
Yes.
I didn't know that's how that worked.
You can pick very specific things, but I don't. This is Andrew struggling with how the rules work, because you are right. True polymorph can just make you a thing, but it also says you become the generic version of that thing. So that's how you can't. So essentially, so you can't cheat and be like, I true polymorph into one of those genies that has infinite wishes.
Or that one time that you true polymorphed into Tasha.
Well, yeah, that's where the rules are weird, because this is the meta side of it. That's using stat blocks. Look,
Stat block, surely? Question mark.
yeah, he's an NPC. I'll turn him back into him. We'll see what happens. Everyone's like, what's an NPC?
Do you aim for turning him back into him or a generic core?
Back
ideally
into
back
him.
into him.
Got it. You're going for Hezra,
Yeah.
the guy that you met.
You still got his stat block. No, I deleted
Sure.
that. Well, then we're fucked.
You give him a little good old zippity zap, and he is himself again. And he's like, it's nice to be back in my own body.
Okay. Is everything working?
You can use me to test if you want, Harris. He holds up his hands as if to catch some punches.
He'll unleash a flurry of blows, and he's like, yeah, it seems to be working fine.
Good.
Excellent. Okay, then we should does not to doubt the spell or Sonya's ability, but Cole's looking at him, does it pass? Because
Does what?
Sonya does he look like him again? Because Sonya has just met him.
Oh yeah, he looks like him.
Alright. Okay. So we can go back out and everyone can see that Harris is fine.
I would tell Heras. I was like, okay, This is kind of like, you know, when you get given medicine and it's like, don't do this and this. Just so you know, after an hour this is, and she does like the quotation marks, permanent, but if you go into an anti-magic zone, you will go back to Goblin Boy. But then when you exit, you'll go back to you boy.
That's just for the
Okay.
next hour, though, isn't it?
No, that's forever.
No, but after an hour,
So-
it turns you in permanently into that other thing, right?
It does use the word permanent.
Yeah, but it's still, even after the permanent thing, if you go into an anti-magic field, you still turn back into what you were before.
Yeah, but he was his original self before he got turned into a goblin.
Well, no, the goblin is currently his original self.
I mean, the anti-magic field will also suppress the curse that's on him if it is a curse. So
Who knows?
The problem with it is egg.
Yeah,
The way it was done was egg.
which is
And that's
not
some-
magic?
that's some
Question
eldritch-
mark.
That's some weird
Actually,
eldritch
just
stuff.
now that we could have come out of the demiplane, does Fume say that, like, as we're talking about this? Because then Cole just like, oh yeah, I could see if that suppresses it, and just brings out Lizzie. And it's like, because we're just in a house, Lizzie
let-
should be quite at home.
He pops back to being a goblin.
Oh god damn it!
Okay.
He's like, no.
It's fine.
okay.
Just make sure you avoid
I-
any strong alcohols, don't take extra medicine, and anti-magic swords.
Okay. So I have another
Perez
plan.
stand over. Oh god damn it! That's defeating the purpose. Puts Lizzie back.
I do have another
I wish
plan,
someone could just
and it's-
wish me back to normal.
I do have
Sad.
another plan. It does involve killing. We would bring Harris back.
No, we're not killing him and then using resurrection.
God, Fireball, I wish I knew that your alignment had changed, but I don't.
But look, him dying might end the curse. We can then just bring him back.
Or what we could do is just let him be him with the polymorph for today. Tomorrow, Fume, if you'd be willing to lend a hand, take him into your ring. I put the ring on, go to Ra's place. You jump out of your ring with Jerez, and then Rob can return him back to his original form more permanently.
Sure.
And less magic-y wise. If you're happy to help me in that regard.
sure,
Well,
I am
we could
always
do
happy
that
to help
for,
my friends.
Thank you very much, Fume.
Oh, that's a really good
we
idea for
could-
getting into those dimensions.
But we could also do it after we've cured him of the curse
I
by
mean-
killing him and bringing him back.
I mean, in Ra's, Gusto's, and Infinity's specifically, yeah.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, Gusto doesn't have their own dimension. They're just somewhere else.
I thought you went there.
Yeah, it's a big forest.
Gusto has their own dimension. They're just not the absolute ruler of it. They're just a big forest they like to chill in. You know,
Loads of archdruids everywhere just chilling out.
Ra is an actual god that owns the entire dimension that he's in.
And I presume Infinity's somewhere in between, kind of?
Infinity is the most powerful being in that dimension, but isn't a god.
Yeah, so he's like sort of like.
Technically, he'd be roughly the same as the Gusto, like
Yeah.
except that the Gusto is less powerful, but
So
more
in
durable.
between.
Yes, let's
Kind
just
of.
say yes.
Sure.
And
The
he
only
might,
major
he might be able to, oh no, wait, no,
Yeah.
it's a continuous effect. It can't be negated by Infinity. The Gusto effect.
Well, it can for a very short amount of time.
No, I said it's a I'm talking game mechanics. Just forget about it. Not this game, the other game.
Ah, yeah.
In an actual duel, Daigusto Emerald versus not Emerald, Daigusto sprays versus Infinity. Infinity cannot negate the damage reflection because it's continuous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
also
it
for this
would have to negate the activation of the effect, not the.
Yeah, because when Fireball summons Infinity, it can only negate things when they happen, not if they're
Yeah.
already happened. That's why
Also,
he couldn't.
freeze is permanent in this one as well.
Yeah, that's why he couldn't negate the existence of the giant on Thingy's back.
But,
But
I mean,
he could
upon the
negate the fact
activation
that he
of
was
something.
He could negate the fact that he was trying to drain Cult of Key.
Yeah, but like, my point being, on activation, he negates and then, like, at least in the card game, he negates and then destroys.
This is true, and he negates and destroys the effect, but he
Okay.
doesn't destroy the thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that we're done playing top trumps with our summons. Okay, so that's taped down a lot of things. Jerez, are you feeling alright? You're not feeling sick again, are you?
I'm feeling fine, I guess. I'm pretty.
Okay.
Uh,
We don't have our friend with True Sight anymore because he got zapped by a magic item that looks at the noble. Should have really been categorized and labeled
Well,
and put
like,
somewhere where it can't harm. I'm just having a go at you for being irresponsible there, man. It just shouldn't be there.
look, I just put it in the storeroom because I was tinkering with it. That's where I tinker with my magic items at my workbench, and I didn't expect a big, like, murder to happen.
You could have at least put a label on it.
Okay.
But I don't know what it was or is.
Just
Okay,
just a do not touch would do the job.
okay.
It's my workbench. For reference, nobody should touch anything on my workbench.
Okay, calm down, ladies. Get a room. We need to show your people the shit.
We don't need to show them yet. We still don't know who, for whatever reason, cast magical darkness and silence, and why.
Well,
That's niggling at me because like, what was the purpose of that?
well, there's not much we can actually do about that at the minute, is there? And I
What
think
would-
it was. I think it was probably to ensure that absolutely nobody with any kind of sight could absolutely see who or what was doing it specifically.
So what was the motive there to incriminate me?
Probably, it
gank,
seems
to
to
gank
be
a bunch of people and hide the effect of the curse. In which case, there's somebody that might suggest that there's still somebody wanting to there is still somebody wanting to maintain that curse.
I mean, why not both?
Yeah.
They seem to do quite a good job of incriminating you at the start.
So, once this is concluded, this little bit of the conversation, Hezra will say that he doesn't feel very good. Like something's just come over him.
Oh god damn it!
So look, most of the time,
I wonder if there's a range on whatever this is. Hey,
But-
Jerez, Sensei. Points
Yep.
points at a mountain in the distance. I'll race you to that.
Okay.
I mean,
You and him
I'm just
zoom
saying that most of the time when people die, curses usually end.
Not necessarily.
Usually,
You
because
also said that it might just transfer to you.
but it might.
So what do we do? Just keep on spamming out resurrections, killing each other over and over again? That sounds anti-productive.
I mean,
Anyway, if Harris takes up Colt and he's challenged and they leg it away, does Harris start feeling better the more he goes? If Colt is outspeeding him, he'll slow down to keep an eye on him.
He doesn't really feel any better, but he doesn't really get much worse.
Does it change the further away we go?
It stays pretty like he doesn't feel any better, doesn't really get much worse. Right until you hit the mountain, and it hasn't really changed.
Okay, so if this thing has a range, it is astronomically long.
okay.
Okay, well at least we've confirmed that the range on this is enormous.
Yeah, I guess.
Whatever, if if it is something that's if it is something on in this vicinity that's draining you, like
Yeah,
says directly to Heres.
he'll say, or it could be I just had to be near like near them the one time, and then it was just on, and then like I'm just a target for it whenever I'm sort of around.
Sonia,
We might have to put you back in the demiplane again because if you start feeling ill again, people are going to start dropping again.
Mm.
At least you are no longer a goblin.
True.
Technically.
Technically, we can fix that more permanently rather than true polymorph.
Mm.
Sonia,
Yes.
As Court's walking back, he casually says to Heres, "You're going to get to meet a god,
Ooh, nice.
could
and you don't have to die to do it."
Oh, cool. That's even better.
could meeting that person that we got a call about before, wink, help in any sort of way? Wink.
Do you have something in your eye?
Yeah, it's a little bit of ash.
Ah. Got that checked out.
Yeah.
Sun Yandru doesn't understand this reference.
The person that you want, that your followers want you to kill,
Yeah?
might going and killing him help?
No.
Would killing this demon lord help? Well, probably not. No, but maybe. Who knows?
I mean, he might have something there that could help us solve this specific situation.
He might.
He is a powerful being after all.
As Colt gets back, he's not feeling the same sort of like malevolence from anything on anyone's person, is he? Like, not even like the tiniest scrap. Thinking if they've looted that giant's lair, they might have found an amulet or something little and just thought, I'm keeping that.
Roll me insight at disadvantage.
Yummy disadvantage. I don't have anything that can help with this. 14.
You don't really get a feeling of anything.
When Colt asked Vasil before, when he's thinking back to what Vasil was saying to him before when they were in the room with the arm, and he said, like, what did you take from the giant's lair? And he was like, oh, anything that looked like vaguely like humanoid-sized magical items and stuff. And it was mainly just like the training gear. Can you insight that, thinking, was he holding something back from me? Can I insight that?
Yeah, you can. Also at disadvantage inside that.
Because it was just lucky. If I use lucky, does that just make it a normal roll?
Effectively.
19.
Let's see here. Ba, 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 ba. It seems okay. Like, you don't really notice anything.
When you say seems okay,
Yeah, it seems okay.
Everything
In what-
seems fine.
Court's like, I'm not entirely satisfied with that. takes the spellcasters to one side. Can anyone here cast Zone of Truth? Like what the gods did before? But, they're not here now. Or wasn't it the investigator that cast Zone of Truth?
The head detective can't.
Yeah, but he's dead. And he has been for a bit, so unless we're going to use a 9th level slot to get him back up.
Yes.
Does Sonia cast a zone of the
Yeah.
truth?
Is that what you would like? Cold?
I'm trying to think of, how to phrase the next bit. It's just...
It's essentially as normal. Yes, I can do it. It still costs spell slots, so I can.
Yeah, actually, bollocks to it. Cole's just gonna straight up ask the clan, but be really upfront about it, going, "Do any of you have?" I'm gonna ask this one more time. Do any of you still have anything on you from that giant's cave, from that giant's lair? Literally anything, or did you sell it all off?
Roll me insight, Colt.
What, to their answers?
Yeah.
Well, what are they all saying? Are they all just saying no, we don't?
All of them are saying no, we don't. Yeah. Roll insight.
24.
You think?
Could not to be that guy, but could it be advantage because it's his clansmen and he knows them better?
I mean, sure, you can have advantage.
25. Didn't make a huge difference, but still.
My God.
Maybe that one made all the difference.
Maybe the DC was 25.
What a fucking time to get that number on the dice.
I'd say that as a good thing.
No, quite the opposite. You don't see anything because the natural 20 and all that.
Oh, right, you're referring to him.
Yeah. They all seem to be telling the truth. Because, fucking hell, what a lucky ass roll. For the exact perfect moment they needed it.
Wait,
Cool.
could I use divination dice on that nat 20?
What? that really strongly implies that you know what's happening already.
I do.
I mean, you could flavor it as Sonia using her divination abilities to peek a little bit into the future and saying a future where it suddenly transpires that, oh wait, no, the conversation went down a different path.
I see a future where Colt's like, you know what? I don't believe you.
Yeah, because Cole at this point would legitimately just be like, okay, I trust you guys.
That's 5 on the dice. That's good. You think that Vasil is lying?
What have you got?
He is adamant. He has absolutely nothing.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
Cole's just gonna pat him down and take out anything that looks even vaguely slightly magical.
He has a bunch of random junk. He has he's got books and various bits and pieces.
Does Tongue of the Sun and Moon do written language? I don't think it does. I think it's just spoken.
He's got vials. He's got
Yeah.
a lot of mercury on him.
puts the mercury on off to the side.
various
If
bits.
if it transpires that was the mercury the whole time, I swear to God.
Various bits of medicine.
Goddamn
If the
cursed Mercury.
It was the mercury all along.
You check the mercury for curses.
This Mercury's cursed.
I mean,
in what way? It's Mercury.
it's fucking mercury. Don't let it touch your skin.
Oh, it's very bad for you.
It's
Drink
super
it.
bad for you. All those people that take photos of themselves with it in their palm, you are doing the worst possible thing you could do.
But it looks so cool. I get likes on video.
And it tastes even better than it looks.
Look at me. If I can do it in my hand, I can do it on my tongue.
Yeah. You are aware mercury is poisonous, yeah.
It's in a vial.
My
so-
internet blinked for a bit, and then I
Go-
came back into if I can do it in my hand, I can do it on my tongue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what this discussion was, and I'm just
mercury.
gonna keep it that way.
Mercury. Vaser, oh, you weren't here for that joke. Vaser keeps trying to treat shit with mercury. Even though that's not how that works.
Look, all modern medicine agrees mercury solves everything. At least that's what Basil says.
Sorry for the bad time, but I need to BRB just 1 second.
Everyone knows mercury is the future of medicine.
Maybe people thought that for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. And you are on a planet with medieval level technology. So they do in fact believe mercury is the future of medicine.
I mean, look at how pretty it is.
God damn backwards people. It is a
These-
very cool silver.
Yeah, look at how silvery and shiny it is. And how drinkable it is.
Tasty.
Mercury. You love that mercury though, don't you?
It's pretty. I wonder what mercury tastes like.
What mercury tastes like? Oh, you should try some.
I guess, like, just metally?
Now that's a question to ask the internet.
It is, yeah. What does mercury taste like? First result, are you okay? Well, no, I don't want to know what mercury poisoning tastes like.
It's a metallic taste
Yeah.
in your mouth.
That's the mercury poisoning. Also by everything numb and tingling. Does mercury? Can you safely drink mercury? Oh, I've got to look at that one.
No is the answer.
Unlike
I've-
elemental mercury, inorganic mercury is usually poisonous when swallowed.
Does it have a taste or smell? It doesn't have a smell, but it tastes metallic-y, apparently. Then you should keep it away from children. But what would happen if you drank mercury?
Yeah, but what it?
Uh,
I love how we're pretty. I bet we're just on the exact same page, looking at the exact
Oh,
same
yeah.
stuff.
we definitely are.
As a vapor, the mercury is
Yeah,
inhaled.
that's literally what I'm just reading right now. Quickly absorbed by the lungs, where it has
Alright,
a
I'm
poison
back. Sorry,
effect.
If, however,
Back,
you
sorry.
drink mercury,
I'm back. Sorry, I had to BRB, but I say this is
And
going
you
to become the
stays
mercury
in
stream.
the system
yeah,
and is less of a health risk
yeah, this is
than
all,
if you inhale it.
all your fault for having to go away for a minute. We googled what mercury tastes like, and are currently looking at the exact same Google page.
Oh god.
We is a strong word that doesn't include everyone that is here.
was just
Includes
gonna
people
say-
that matter.
I was going to say, it's interesting how you were complaining about two of us
Ow.
before talking about chemistry, and now you're talking about chemistry.
I don't know.
Uh,
Is this chemistry or is this gastronomy?
It's chemistry.
Technically both.
Technically both.
No one said it couldn't be both.
What's technically both?
Mercury poisoning.
So,
It's also
It's-
definitely got its hand in biology there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
so what was
'Cause it gets
happening?
it. So I take
I
it.
don't know. I lost the thread about an hour ago.
Quarters to Vasil turn out. He's patting them down and saying, "Turn out your pockets on like anything that is even vaguely magical."
Okay, yeah, you've
You-
grabbed
you-
him by his feet and you're shaking him upside down.
If we're going
Uh,
down the cartoonish route, yeah, sure.
He doesn't have. I mean, there's some magical items on him, but they're all quite low levely magic. But more of what you get with your insight would be, you think there's something. You get a very similar feeling to the twinge of evil you got from the armor, but like buried deep down inside of him. That's more what you get with your insight.
So rather than magical, it could be curse once again.
But it's on him though.
Mm.
Obliterating.
Not a lot of arguing against that one.
He's like, I don't want to be obliterated.
Then prove that you're not a cursed evil object.
What
I'm not an object.
in that case? Then what? Actually, yeah, Colt is gonna just straight up ask for the zone of truth now because he's already like incited him to the point where he's just like, "I'm not entirely sure you're being entirely honest with me." So you'll ask anyone in the room who can cast zone of truth to please. Do the
I've
thing.
got nothing. I've got nothing left.
Fireball, what are you lying about?
Uh,
Oh, so is that you saying that you've cast it?
Are
What?
you casting Zone of Truth, Sonia?
Are you actively saying, please cast spell?
Yeah, I did just say now that Colt has incited Vasil enough that he's like, I'm not sure that, I'm pretty sure that you're not being entirely honest with me. Colt would be like, can we get zone of truth up in here, please?
Okay, it's more just the confirmation of spell equal yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Cast spell.
Again, Colt is like, not entirely. He's not wanting to seem like he's relying too much on like magic and that, but he's at the same time it's like, these are the skills my friends have. Let's utilize them. But he doesn't want to like ask too much and just seem like he's like being overly reliant. But at the same time, it's like, is he going to cast Zone of Truth? Is he bollocks?
Look, it's fine. It's
And-
just it gets to a point where I have to start remembering to check off my spells.
Yeah.
What,
So Colt would be
what
able
level is Zone of Truth?
I think
Two.
is it not level 1 or 2.
It is a second level spell.
Yeah, excellent. That's it. Ah, I've only got 2 of them left, and like 15 other things, but still.
So Colt like looking at the magic items and then sensing like that little twinge of the same evil from the armor on him. Colt will be like, "Did you have any interactions with the giant before the fight happened?"
Well, first he's got to make his saving throw. What's your spell save, Sonia?
That would be 20.
20. Okay.
20.
Oh, he's gonna have like a plus 15 to his wisdom saves, isn't he?
Wisdom save for Zone of Truth. Is that roll good enough? Is it good enough? No, it's not. You are aware he is under the effects of Zone of Truth. He will honestly answer, no, I hadn't met the giant before the fight. In fact, I've never met that giant.
Any even loosely related to it?
No. I've never spoken to them before. Never spoken to anyone who works with them before. Yeah.
Then why am I sensing the same energy coming from you? The same energy from that armor that made me drop it instinctively.
He
It's coming from you as well.
He remains silent.
Now, which next question to probe him with?
Just ask whatever you want. Either answers or doesn't, and not answering is suspicious.
Indeed.
Every time you don't answer
Do you
a
want me to
question,
burn him if he doesn't answer?
exactly. Every time you don't answer a question, on this whiteboard, I'm gonna make a check mark here under the word fireball. That fireball gets to decide. Currently,
Trust me, you don't want too many ticks to go under that because that probably means he's gonna fry you.
currently there's more ticks on the side of answering questions. That's a good thing.
Indeed.
Where did you get that whiteboard from? Don't ask questions.
Sonia just manifests these things. It happens.
And better yet, where did you get that marker from? And what's a marker?
Look,
What is this thing that just writes on this white plastic thing infinitely, seemingly?
I have
Plastic.
a supernatural power that lets me summon anything I want, so long as it's relevant to a joke.
If Vesa asks any of those questions, Colt slaps him with a spectral and goes, "We will be asking the questions."
Okay.
That doesn't really happen. That was just for the joke, for the sake of the joke. Because for some reason
So-
my brain went there.
Also,
What's
I
your
don't know why, but
what's your ne-
I just really like, where'd you get that marker? Also, what's a marker? Just for some reason, it just really internally tickles me.
So
We are way too used to this being a Spelljammer.
what's your next question?
Are you responsible for any of this?
For the
Yeah, that's a good coverall.
I did not commit the murders.
That's not the question I asked. Yes or no?
The question is more, have you done anything to facilitate that? Have you cast any spells? Do you have any items that could facilitate something like, for example, Jerez falling ill?
He remains silent.
Did you cast the spells from the spell scrolls?
I did not cast the spells from the spell scrolls.
Do you know who did?
Yes.
Who is it then?
Remains silent.
Why would you say yes, then not tell us, you idiot?
That just makes you way more suspicious.
You know,
Yeah.
we have ways of extracting this information from you.
The
Yes, we're
answer to
using
that
one of
question.
them now, Fireball.
The answer to that question is he tried to say something different, but the only thing that came out was yes. He tried to
Because-
tell. He
because
tried to
we're on
tell
truth.
technically the truth, but he answered the question. But he was still trying to answer the
He
question.
tried to answer
So
the
he just said-
question, thus answered the question.
So he just answered the question honestly and said yes, and he's like, "Fuck."
Harris informed me that you'd been slouching slightly on your so-called healing practices on trying to make him feel better. Is there any particular reasons for that?
He remains silent, and it looks like he's thinking very intently about choosing his words more carefully.
Colt,
I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to answer.
Colt, you would see the look on his face and find it very familiar to when Fireball is trying to think of an answer.
That's why it calls to say, I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds to at least produce an answer. If not, another question's coming your way.
What's the question again?
Harris informed me that once it proved that his condition was not improving, that you started to slouch on the whole treating his illness side of your duties. Is there any reason why that would be the case?
I did start pulling back on the treatment I gave to Harris.
Why?
Silence.
Alright, God, it took me like 5 minutes to think how to say that. Give us another 5 minutes.
Colt is now giving looks to the rest of his clansmen, going, "You guys understand what's going on here, yeah?" To like Vexel and Jay and Bob.
You know, there is a spell called Speak with Dead. We could kill him and get the answers that way.
I mean,
Wouldn't
again,
that put us back to square one? Wouldn't that put us just back to here? Wouldn't he be able to lie that way?
yeah.
You're just dying to kill someone today.
I mean,
No, he's just getting on my nerves.
points to Fireball. He's not killed anyone in quite a while.
Oh, well, he's getting on my nerves as well, but this guy had me banished from my homeland for years. I want to get to the bottom of this. Snaps back to Vazel. So wait, so what were you doing on the night Sereth died? You seemed pretty quick to pin the blame on me.
It's in my room, and we found Sereth attacked by lightning type magic. I assumed it was you.
So you just
He
basically-
doesn't have magic.
He does. He has healing magic.
No,
And
you
enchantments
don't.
and-
You
Alright.
don't have magic though.
Yes, but when Sereth was found, he was covered in lightning-based wounds, like, burns.
Yes, but he called it magic, and your
Oh yeah,
stuff is not.
sorry, that he misspoke. He meant to say that it was lightning. He was covered in lightning burns and bludgeoning damage. So logically, he just assumed it was cold.
So you just base it off an assumption. At least he's thinking to himself.
He was like, it had to have. been
He did give a location on what he was doing, and he's under his own shoot. So he's like, okay, that checks out.
Hey, what about this? I've been wondering this for a while. Do you just not care if he like dies because then you get to be in charge?
a
Above game, Colt was working at that, but he was like, no, I'm gonna keep on punching them with questions first. But yeah, sure, yeah, that's where.
No, it's essentially, yeah. Sonia just wanted to throw that at him out of nowhere.
Yeah, totally.
I care for the lives of my fellow clansmen.
Not
Again,
enough to.
It's
How far would you go to become our chieftain? You've always been second fiddle.
Not enough to stop you from making one ill and potentially having others injured and or killed.
He does
Clearly
not.
don't care about them that much.
He does not answer the question.
There's no. I'm just thinking like above game. I can't really think of any real question again. Actual like proper like confession out of him without violence. But I think the silence. Courtney's like, I think the silence here is speaking up for itself. What do you guys think to the rest of his clansmen?
The rest of them are pretty in agreement with you. It's probably him.
No, he said he knew the person that did this. That means there was at least one other person.
I mean, yeah,
Sure.
Fireball is right. He did admit that he knows who cast the spell, meaning
He had
there is
outside
someone
help.
else.
Is the person who cast the spell affiliated with our clan in any way? Are they a core like us? Are they someone that we've worked for? Are they someone that wants vengeance on us for something that we've done and they've used you as a weak link?
He does not respond.
So they probably are one of those things. Are they in this room?
He does not respond.
Is it you specifically?
He does not respond.
Can you cast the Simulacrum spell?
He does not respond.
He probably can. He cast Resurrection earlier.
You know,
Why did you tamper with the crime scene when it happened again? As soon as I turned up, by the way, the timing wasn't very, subtle on your part.
He
We're calling
remains.
it out now.
He remains silent.
Remain silent if you think that you're guilty.
I don't think I'm guilty of certain crimes.
You may
Of
not
this
feel you may
specific-
not feel guilty, but if you remain silent, if you know for certain you are definitely responsible. There is no I think or I feel or anything. If it's oh no, I did this thing.
I did not directly commit the murders, but I'm
So you
partly responsible,
so
technically.
at best you're an accomplice.
But I mean, we know who committed the murder specifically.
But he did say
used-
that
so
he did say that they're in the room.
he got your other friend, the ill one, to do it.
Do you ask him that?
No, I'm,
Do you ask him if he like collaborated with Heres to do it?
did he force him to do it with some kind of curse? Or, well, did he force him to do it in some way?
Well, if you're not going to ask him, Court will just go, "That's a good
No,
shout.
like,
Have you used magic to force somebody like Heres or Vex to do it for you?"
I have not manipulated anyone with magic
Have you mutually collaborated with anyone?
Have you
all the time.
have you manipulated anyone with key?
No.
Specifically to do these murders.
I'm unsure, actually, he will answer. He's unsure whether he
How
has.
can you be unsure? You've killed several people.
He's like, yes, I don't actually know the answer to that.
How can you be unsure?
maybe there's another person.
He says he does not know.
Maybe there's another person, a more powerful person, a more demonic person that's responsible for this.
He
Is
will
the
say
person that you collaborated with a demon?
he will say
devil.
that he will say that I am not directly responsible for any of this.
Are you indirectly
Then who is?
responsible?
Technically, but that's not the full story.
Okay, well, tell us the full story.
He can't. He just stopped speaking at that point.
You care about your clan, right?
I do.
Would you do anything to save them?
Yes.
What if I were to threaten their existence if you did not tell us everything you know about this specific this specific series of events in which we find ourselves?
Fireball, just so that you know, our Court will like zip
Panic
right
like-
down next to you and go, just so that you know, our clan does not. You remember what I said about how our clan responds to violence? You may
Panic-
end up in a 5v1 scenario here.
Panic floods his eyes, but hearing Colt run over and defend the clan, he calms down.
Yeah, but Court was trying to help Fireball not be in a, everyone in this room dogpiling on him at once situation.
Yeah,
Court is like, well, I'm trying to focus in on Vazel and whoever he's worked with. He doesn't want like Jay, Barb, and Vexel and all of the other like clan members all just going, well, they're just monsters, and just jumps on Fireball and attacks them. Because if he like threatens any of them, that's the way Court is going to think that they're going to react.
Look,
He's trying to keep the peace with all the rest of them.
look. I wasn't actually going to kill them. It was a bluff.
You were exercising hypotheticals. I get it, but others in the room might not have got that.
Yes, but we need answers. And if threats will work, then that's the best way to do it.
Quarter like get like right up in Vazel's face and just be like, "Tell us who's done it, or you yourself would be banished as well. You've already painted yourself in a very bad picture with everybody else in this room. You never know. Telling us might actually allow us all to be lenient."
He
Oh, we'll pass leniency here.
he remains silent.
Can you actually not tell us who is responsible?
Yeah,
He-
is there something stopping you?
His eyes dart over to you, Sonia, but then he really remains silent.
Mhm.
But he looks so intentively at you.
Yeah, that I've been trying to think of wording for this for a while. Okay, keep questioning him. That's good information.
So what would happen to you in this little collaboration if you were to be banished from the clan?
He says, "I would not like to be banished from the clan."
That wasn't the question. The question is what would happen to you in this little collaboration that you have with this other being that you apparently cannot speak about.
Just a thought that called, which I'll pay attention to. Like, was it Vazel? Is that right?
Yes.
I'll pay attention.
My name is Basil.
Shut up, you! I'm asking above the game. What game?
Yes.
Um,
Yes, Sonia. Yes.
There is a chance that this isn't a collaboration.
But
How-
when we asked if he was collaborating with somebody, he stayed quiet.
I mean, it might not be a by choice collaboration.
Okay, maybe collaboration is the wrong word. If he's
Did you enter into a contract with anything?
indeed, are you under control, under anything's control? Are you under a contract of some kind?
He remains silent.
If he is, he won't be able to tell us.
What do they want with a bunch of? If there is somebody, what would they want with a bunch of country bumpkin clansmen? Other than you just wanting to be chieftain.
He
And
remains
look how powerful you've become.
very quiet. He does look very stressed, though.
Just tell us anything.
It looks like he's trying to find words, but ultimately just remains silent.
What do you gain out of all of this chaos, other than just being chieftain, which you are currently?
Nothing.
Sonya's.
Are you
What?
are you doing all of this to protect everybody?
He cannot answer.
It's not even that.
Sonya's going to start listing things. Celestial, yes or no?
No.
And then essentially she's just going to go down the list of creature types.
Yeah, fiend, aberration,
Yeah,
dragon,
and
etc. Giant.
see what he cannot answer to. So, like, yeah, when it gets to, like, fiend, yes or no?
He ultimately says no to like nearly everything. He says no
We're going to
to
narrow it down to one,
he says no to all the things you've said so far.
including giant
Yep. Says
And
no to
fiend.
giant and fiend
and
and
dragon.
celestial and eldritch.
What about Fae?
Says no to fae,
What about core?
Elemental?
no to core, no
Dragon.
to elemental, no to dragon.
dragon-like? Like demi-dragon?
Like Dragonoid?
No. No to Dragonoid.
Monstrosity.
Draco-like?
No.
Undead.
He looks really confused by that one. He says doesn't know to that one.
Like Lich?
No.
I can't help but feel like there's one really obvious one that we're... God. Deity.
He looks at you very intently.
That's not really the answer I was hoping to get out of this.
Court like steps back a little. Court steps back, like literally walks backwards towards Sonia, and then just leans in and goes, "You're the cleric. His god might have told him to do this. And what's a cleric going to do when their god tells them to start smiting?"
So I was right earlier then, asking who he gets his cleric powers from.
Well, like I said, he does worship like the natural cycle of things. So, oh wait, do you mean like a specific death god?
It's possible. Again, he's under the truth thing. We can ask. Where do you get your cleric powers from?
Who do you worship? You were never very open with it with me, so I need to know. Court will also ask his other clansmen if he's ever told them. If he's ever like spouted it, you'll say to the other clansmen, like all of them, has he ever spouted any sort of like religious rhetoric or tenets or verses or anything like that, or beliefs, voiced any beliefs or anything to them? Do any of them speak up?
He would say that he gets his clerical power from Miracle.
Miracle.
M-Y-R-K.
Merkel.
Merkel, that's it.
Angela?
Yeah. I don't, maybe spell the same. I don't know.
It's
Miracle.
Sorry, I was making a
Merkel
very
being
bad
and
joke.
thingy.
And yep, that's uh
Does anybody know more cleric-y stuff than I do?
I mean, that Merkel's pretty fucking
No.
evil. I don't know.
Could.
I don't know a lot about them, but I do know they're pretty fucking evil.
Are they on
I mean, they are one of the more
wish-
evil ones.
Yeah.
I wish my god friend was here. They'd probably know exactly who they are.
the Abyss?
No. They're one of the. Actually, again, Sonia knows this for a different place. So do you. Merkel would be
Me?
a good god where you come from.
Yeah.
So
Would
Fireball's
I-
like, yeah, well that can't be alright. Merkel's a total bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this guy has some titles: the Lord of Bones, the Reaper,
The good guy.
the Lord of Dead.
The Lord of Light, yeah.
Evil mages and cultists and necromancers and undertakers and powerful undead all worship him.
Old Lord Skull.
But Court won't know this. I was just looking at that, reading that for my own curiosity. But Court won't know that. I assume that, but he will turn to the rest of them and go, "Well, I can only assume this is a type of death god."
Where do they reside usually?
That's a real hard question to answer. Even if I knew about this dimension.
He goes many places.
Okay. Sonia?
Lots of different places.
Also, I just remembered it's Merkel, Bean, and Baal.
Yeah, Merkel being a Baal.
I couldn't remember Baal.
The Giga Evil 3 gods.
Sonia?
Yes.
Could we unleash the eggs everywhere?
I mean, yes.
Do not
we
do that here. Court says directly to you, Fireball.
In the list of things that can happen, that is a thing that can happen. You're gonna have to really sell your point, though, to get me to agree to that.
Okay, we figure out where this evil bitch god is, and we unleash the eggs at it.
That
Oh,
doesn't sound like a good plan.
No, that sounds like if it backfires, it is going to backfire big. Like us all dying big.
I mean,
Again, under the zone of truth, looks at Vasil. So he's been telling you to do this? But why?
He doesn't answer.
Is it because something that our clan has done is some sort of like affront to the natural order of life and death or something like that? That's a spiel you used to throw my way.
He does not answer.
So evidently either it's because the clan's too strong, or I was supposed to die and didn't when I got struck, or something like that. Am I right? Looks at Vasil.
He looks very frustrated.
What? Because if Colt insights the frustrated look, would that be like figuring out if he's hit the nail on the head?
You can roll insight.
On his frustrated face. Ah, damn it, Colt. He just looks frustrated and he's just like, I'm just gonna take that as a yes, but I'm not entirely sure. Unless you're gonna say 14's enough. Oh wait, can I have advantage because it's a clansman? Like before.
Sure.
Because he's like, I know Vasil never did like me anyway. 29.
Cool. You successfully insight him. And you get from him
Oh,
that
blood. I was typing the wrong fucking thing.
I
It's the same modifier.
25. I mean, it's good enough either way. You get from him that he thinks that this is wrong, like you're going down the wrong sort of path, but he sees where you're coming from, and he's like, you're really on the right track. You were so close, and then you went for my god type deal. At which point, Vasil's head explodes.
can't we just bring him back?
We can certainly try.
I mean, the thing is, if that was potentially Merkel doing that, just in guess form, bring him back could just make him do it again.
Colt's insight would tell you that he doesn't think Merkel is behind it, or he didn't think Merkel was behind it. Like Merkel was not the one controlling him, effectively. That's what Colt's insight would have told you.
Okay, so we don't have to go punch a death god.
But then he leaked some information helping you go in the right direction, so he died.
That's a shame. I was just about to ask him something important.
Court's just thinking I would ask the rest of the clansmen if he ever said anything, but if whatever this is can just do that to him, what if it does it to everybody else?
So let's go and punch a death god.
We need to know which one, if it's a god at all, first.
What better place to start than the thing that exploded his face?
We don't know what exploded his face.
Well, presumably the
Court,
god.
Court like straight up looks like he's freaking out a little bit now.
Look, cold.
Uh-huh.
Let's just get everybody back to the ship and think about this on the ship.
I mean, stage 2, we now at least ask everyone in this room if they were involved with the casting of the spells.
Indeed, yes. Sounds like a smart move.
Everyone will say, no, I have literally nothing to do with this. This is terrifying. What happened? All the calls are like, what the hell happened to Vasil?
Well, they would have heard. They would have heard the entire freaking conversation.
Oh yeah, they will have. They just don't understand what could have done that. And they're all like, "What the fuck?"
They just don't understand why his head exploded.
Yeah, they understood the conversation perfectly well. Like, they thought Basil was being controlled. They understood all that, but
Like,
they
Court
really
will like try to like be, you know, big man in the clan, like momentarily, just so not really big man, but like there's no Harris here because in the demi plane, Basil's just head just went, and Stareth has been long dead. So Court will just be like, "Look, I'm just as freaked out as you guys are, but I think we should just take a good deep breath and just think really intently on the last few things that the snippets of information that he gave us before this happened. We think that once we could get him back on his feet, it might just happen again. If whatever it is could do that. It's probably powerful enough to just keep doing it and doing it.
We also
Or it's probably,
we also have to take into account that it did it specifically to him, not to you who is accusing him and asking him. So
true.
it's not a case that this thing is powerful enough that it can just immediately kill anyone off.
Yeah, but Ben will say he likely was forced into some sort of pact that triggers upon him revealing information to us.
Yeah.
Or anyone, for that matter.
so you formed a pact with something else.
Yeah. Likely some form of powerful evil entity. That's maybe a god, possibly undead.
Which
Bit
is
like
the sort of thing that
August, really.
Where are you getting this Orcus from, Fireball?
He was on the phone. He's a powerful git, and also, does he control undead?
Yes.
Ben actually does reason that Orcus is not a bad shout for that. But he thought he was maybe an undead. Orcus is unambiguously an undead.
Let's go kill the bastard. I'll have to sleep first, though.
We all do.
Okay.
Also,
let's get
I at least need to wait until tomorrow to get Heres back at full power.
I
least
still
hope-
I also
at least-
don't really get how all of this pieces together.
No.
Look, I don't know either. It's just he's the most. Look, you got a call about him before.
I know. I have been thinking about that.
It's just.
Well, the serendipitous timing.
Hmm.
It's just the most. Kind of the most. Like, it's not really connected, but it kind of is. But also, it makes sense, kind of.
I mean, there is the possibility that Orcus is throwing his hat in with the bunch for artifact war.
I mean,
He could be, but I doubt it. He's far too busy managing the whole. I've got to try and take over the in Avernus at the minute.
I take it that's Ben saying that.
Yeah, that's Ben saying that.
In which case, Court would like rebuttal with, "So what would he want? What would a guy like that want with a bunch of country bumpkin cores?
That's
Look.
that's another good question. What
Look.
what would he want with that?
but surely
Why would he
bunch of-
kill our leader, have me banished, and then all the rest of this?"
Look, listen, I have an idea. Would a bunch of artifacts help such a being in their endeavor to take over Avernus? Yes.
Potentially.
Would drawing a group of people with a lot of said artifacts to one location help him collect them easier? Yes.
But my clan doesn't have one.
We do, though.
Yeah, but that doesn't really explain
That doesn't explain
all
what
of
happened
the
years
past
ago to me.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I only just found out that the artifacts exist, like, what, last year?
Yeah, but, like, you do know how long gods, like, live for, right?
I mean,
Pretty much eternally.
technically, Orcus isn't a god. He's just a
Yeah,
very
He's
powerful
like a
being.
mega powerful undead demon lord, isn't he?
Yeah.
So are all gods. All gods are just powerful beings.
Technically, Fume is correct.
technicalities aside, you know I'm right. Let's go kill him.
All
Can we
gods
go kill
are
another thing first?
beings.
I need to retrieve something.
Yes,
Sure,
let's go.
you are missing yourself.
Let's go. let's go fix the thing that wants to eat me, and then let's go screw over a undead.
I mean, we should probably actually, sort this problem first, right?
Yeah, let's sort you out first. That's what I was saying, and then kill the evil undead thing.
Oh no, I meant I'm assuming Colt still has problems to solve here.
We don't even know if Vasil, having revealed a little bit too much, even though he only revealed a tiny bit, having his head exploded, if that's removed Heres's curse, if he's going to start falling ill again.
It hasn't. Probably not, with him falling ill again, presumably.
Heres.
Also, where would the association be between Orcus and giant magic?
Yeah,
I mean, presumably there's undead giants.
Heres says that like the giant, the giant on his back seems less like a curse and more something that's just trying to help him. It just doesn't really understand stuff.
At least since I'm in the room, it's only going to be draining my ki. It's not going to be attacking people.
Although Heres, noticeably, it doesn't look like he's like getting any worse.
Has anything changed since Vasil dropped?
Seemingly, he looks a little better. Ever since Vasil's head exploded.
Oh, well then. Positive outcome.
I suppose if the only thing that it's doing is draining my ki to keep you healthy, I'm not entirely opposed to that.
And
always happy to bleed for Sensei, etc.
And then Colt.
Yes.
Feel something real weird.
What is this?
Like you just feel a little weaker.
In what way?
Like just a little less strong or whatever. Do you voice this?
Yes.
All of the other cores at the exact same moment would say that as well.
Look.
But it's just
Heres, your illness, did it start as feeling like weakness?
Actually, no. Heres would not feel that way. It's just Colt and only Colt, Vexel, and Bahab display these symptoms.
Why not Jay? He's strong just like the rest of us.
Jay and Hezra both don't display the symptom of getting a bit weaker.
Heres is already ill in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but it looks like he's on the mend.
We are still under a zone of truth.
You are. Nobody knows why they're getting weaker.
No.
So actually, Sonia, your detect magic reveal. All three of them are cursed.
Nice.
No.
You don't know what kind of curse is on them because it just shows you the aura, but they're cursed. So is all of Vasil's blood. That all seems to be cursed.
Look.
All of your blood.
Could his god, pointing down to the exploded head cleric boy, could his god could have been working with August to do something evil?
I still don't know where you're getting Orcus from, just because was mentioned in a phone call before.
That's true. Like it seems moderately unrelated to this crime.
What?
Like
he worships an undead god. We know it's not specifically his god.
No, the cleric over there, he worshipped a god of death, not an undead god. Very big difference. One is just death, the other is zombies.
Yeah, surely they would have some sort of relationship.
Oh, they hate each other. Yeah. Because, you know, one likes the dead to stay dead, the other wants them to get back up.
Oh, I'm getting confused because they like
Yeah,
each other.
death gods hate undead gods.
Right, okay. They liked each other from where I'm from.
What a weird thing. Fair enough.
Like, quite often they'd work together in order to raise zombies to go and kill other powerful undead.
Weird. But yeah, no. I think whatever being that was near him, he just wasn't sure really what it was, but knew it wasn't a bunch of stuff.
Wait, can you guys take us to where the giants were?
I think that would be
The
one logical place to at least try and start.
the cause go, well, there's not much left of it because it was a cloud, and that cloud has since blown away somewhere. But it was he lived on a cloud in a big cloud castle, but ever since he died, that cloud no longer has any support, so it's just been like drifting around.
Oh, okay.
So what you're saying is there's a free castle somewhere in the sky.
Somewhere, yeah. You just have to find it, unless it's crashed into a mountain.
It just looks like every other cloud.
It does look exactly like
Okay.
every other cloud. But the only difference is you can stand on this one.
Okay.
I'm sure
Could use a divination orb to find that specific one,
you could.
and then it's just a
It's
case of finding the mountain.
in that case, it's kind of a waste of time going there, really.
What's this divination orb?
It's how we decided to land here. It lets us see things from a space, from a bird's eye view.
Space?
I didn't say that, I misspoke out of game.
Okay.
Like,
The astral sea.
I literally tripped. No, I literally tripped over my words. That was not what I intended Colt to say. I intended Colt to say bird's eye view,
Uh-huh.
which is what he did say eventually once I fixed my flub.
They're just like, okay. I mean that sounds really useful. You just use it to find like the killer or something.
Oh, I tried that already. It did not go well. It's a bit of a finicky machine. I tried it and it made me go a bit mad temporarily.
The more
better now.
specific you are, the harder it gets.
Let me try it. Also, bring that body.
No, it's the less specific you are, the harder it gets. Because I just said the person who killed Sereth, and then it made me go mad. But if you name somebody, oh yeah, that's totally fine.
Oh, no,
I'll walk
sorry.
up with
When I was saying, like, more specific, I meant like asking something more specific that you don't know. So, like, you're saying you were specifically asking for who was the killer, but didn't know who.
Yeah, you can't ask for that.
Anywho,
The other cores are like, oh,
Ben,
yes.
would we be able to?
Also, why do you want to bring that body? I'm sure the other cores want to like bury it or something.
In our court will answer Ben with, in our clan's customs, we take him to the top of the tallest mountain in the vicinity of his death and cremate him.
Oh,
That is
Yes,
our
but
custom.
well, then that.
Getting him on the ship and just flying him is the quickest way, right?
But yes.
Court will pick up the body and we'll walk outside. If we are going back to the ship, then fellas, let's do this first.
Sure.
Court will, like, if we are like trying to leave, which I'm not entirely sure that we should yet, because we still don't know what the source of this curse is.
still don't know who the second
Oh,
person is.
We also don't know who the second person is.
But we're bringing everyone with us, right?
Bringing all the people here with you.
To the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, then let's go.
No. Give it a second. They're still under the zone of truth.
Yeah, the zone
Vex,
of
Vex
follows
stayed
the
silent
data, right?
when you Vex stayed silent when you said it was somebody in this room.
Uh, yeah. But
So
you'd
it's
guess
just like,
you'd guess in that scenario, if he said they weren't in the room, that would be revealing information about them. And if he said they were in the room, that would also be revealing information about them. In either case, his head would have probably exploded.
and we already asked if any of them cast any spells, and everyone's like definitely no. And
Yeah.
under zone of truth, it's definite no. The noble fella also said that he didn't cast it, even though that he does have the scrolls for it.
But
That-
it's your
under his own.
it's your friend that physically did it, the unwell one that actually did it.
True. Hezra will say that, like, the giant on his back technically did a lot of the actual murders.
Like,
But it was only doing that because I was poisoned by the culprit,
like
and it was a reflex.
so.
So who's doing the poisoning? Who's doing what I assume is what's happening to me, Vex, and Barb, where we're not feeling exactly 100%, and apparently we have the curse on us as well.
Oh
Well,
yeah, you.
but
So
Presumably, it has something to do with that blood.
yeah, Sonya would easily know that it's definitely the fact that when his head exploded, you three got sprayed by blood.
Oh,
Oh.
good.
Like,
So it's
so-
definitely related to him then.
So he at least has been poisoned with this stuff.
he
Or is,
likely
the, or is the source of this stuff?
he likely Hezra will probably go. He was probably poisoning me. Maybe.
I mean, aren't clerics like immune to poisons or something?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that they can treat it really easily, but they're not immune in the same way that people like me and Vex and Heres are.
Yeah, but he trained with you guys a bit, so he could have learned that.
This is true, so you could have learned a way to bypass it.
Yeah, Hezra will say he was probably the one poisoning me. It looks like he was being controlled by someone else.
And then the question
So-
is, why would someone else want to poison you, random person?
That's the question I've been wanting. That's the question I've been asking this whole time: is who else would want anything to do with us and have Vasil at the top of the hierarchy, and then kill him once it started looking like they were going to get sold out or found out, I should say.
I mean, you've said that they were a bit of an idiot, but it still could be that demon
no, he
from
wasn't.
forever ago.
No,
It's
he
like
wa-
strong, not tactical.
No, I'm disputing he wasn't an idiot. But I'm saying he was cunning and smart. He was just really snarky and didn't really approve of me very well.
No,
But
I mean
I didn't think he
the
disliked
demon
me
you
enough to,
fought
like, stick
forever
with John.
ago.
Oh, that one. There's no way he could get this strong to do this.
I
He
mean,
was an idiot.
Are you sure about that?
You've gotten pretty strong in that time.
True.
Just because you don't think he couldn't change doesn't mean he can't change.
Also, don't forget how easy it is for fiend type creatures to gain power by going to a stronger thing and making deals.
Just
That's
look.
cheating. Because Coates didn't know that. He's like, no, that's just cheating. Has Bela been lying to me this whole time?
They
I
do
mean,
generally
I
have to
thought
give
you got
something
that going
up.
through training.
I mean, just look at how me and Fume get more powerful. We have to eat other fire elementals.
The rest of the clan are just like, you, what?
Oh,
That's
Culture
That-
shock. Culture shock. Jesus.
that's just one way we can get powerful. We can get powerful in other ways. Eating other fire elementals is frowned upon. usually.
There's you having a go at them saying you're wizard racist, you're fire elemental racist. They're like, you're a cannibal. That's way worse.
Look, it works different in fire elemental culture, alright?
Like I said, culture shock. He's trying to keep the cult's trying to keep them all calm. Trust me, you're gonna get a lot. The more you hang around with us, you're gonna get a lot more culture shock. Just try and take it on the chin and just accept it.
It's all real weird.
It is.
Okay, now let's get to the ship, or I might get hungry.
There's no fire elementals here. The tiefling looks scared.
I'm joking, but let's go.
Okay. Are you all going to the ship? Or are you staying here?
I would suggest, since it at least seems like we've narrowed the problem down to it being. I mean, he did say not. He did say it's not a fiend when we said who's the pact with.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
He responded with Goddy thing. Or not, didn't respond.
Yeah.
Which we were asking, what is the pact that, if anything, that he's made with? Unless he was thinking it was referring to who he worships. But then he just straight up told us who he worships.
Yeah. It's unlikely it's who he worships.
He could have made it there's a different class of caster that make pacts. Could he have made a pact in that sort of way?
Was it's not impossible?
Like a pact in order to gain power, like magical power, because like they can be gods as well, if I remember correctly.
Well, or at least above given god level beings, but not necessarily divine. It can also be fiends.
Yes.
Can also be a unicorn.
True.
But it could be gods, though.
But we have no real way of narrowing down which one. Not without some sort of like under the radar intelligence gathering method.
An alternative plan is we go around killing all the gods of death.
Good luck with that. I know we're strong, but I don't think we're that strong.
Weird thing. I don't think this would help. I could just ask Merkel.
Do you want to pray to Merkel?
I
just say.
I could just cast sending.
Do you cast sending and just like
Yo, Merkel, my man.
Do you ring up Merkel? Okay.
Yeah.
She uses that phone to do it.
And just be like, hey, just wanted to say one of your faithful people just died because someone's taking advantage of him. I'm sure you probably know this. Just wondered if you know anyone who's trying to like overthrow you, etc. Also, how you doing? You good?
I guess you get a response from Merkel. It's just like,
Who are you?
who the fuck are you? How did you get this number?
I need not numbers.
I have
you-
many ways.
Did you kill my cleric?
No.
No.
We're trying to figure that out.
Ah.
Someone blew
Trying to
his head up.
Well, figure it out. Call me.
Okay.
Can you help us? I'm not there.
Thank you
This
for
is fun.
responding. Have a nice day.
Well, I mean, my cleric's. I'm just kind of teed off, you know? I thought I'd get my cleric's soul when he died, but it's just not here. That sucks.
Oh,
Call me
So
if you
they-
find his soul.
so they got his soul.
Hang on a minute.
It,
Hang on a minute. The orb does work on souls, doesn't it?
could it be a phylactery of some sort?
I mean, if you use the orb and find nothing, that could answer that question. Potentially.
Although, have we died around the orb before?
How did we find Fireball Sword when it got ripped out?
You used the divination sphere to look for it when you got back to the ship.
Oh no, wait, it was either the divination thing or the orb that is essentially Jack Sparrow's compass that shows you the direction to exactly what you want, which Colt gave back to Ben as a means of trying to cheer him up when that Mind Flare incident occurred ages
True.
ago.
There is
So we used that, didn't we?
there is the thing that points to what you want. But Bennett will actually produce that from his pocket, and we'll go.
And really concentrate on the thing that just killed this cleric.
Yeah. It points like in that direction from Ben.
What direction?
So what, like east from here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it just stay pointing that way if he moves like outside and such?
If he moves like over here, it points more northeast.
So at one of these two.
Or
at J.
No, it's currently pointing like in this direction.
So it's pointing at Bob.
Currently, but like if
But
it stands,
it's pointing at like something in if you're going in like
if he
straight
stands-
lines, it's intersecting over here.
if he stands over here, it's pointing like in this sort of a direction. Actually, I'll hold Alt for this.
It was Fireball all along.
It's pointing in yay kind of a kind of yayish direction. This is where it is pointing.
So what if he goes outside?
You're right, it was Fireball all along.
It points in this direction. It points in this kind of a direction.
Okay, it's definitely nobody in the building.
Okay.
It
Let's go.
seems to be pointing at that circular area that hasn't been explored yet. Colt, out of curiosity, will just investigate.
Yeah, let's go.
Just in case it's somebody, if there's somebody in there hiding, because
Just
none
in
of us have been in here yet.
Just in case it's
But
revealed.
Colt is actually thinking it
What
could
if
just be
it's
something like
What if it's just some guy
Wait.
who's been sitting in this tower?
Can you imagine if you revealed the area and it was just Orcus? Oh no, you found me!
Joe is like, shit, I need my Orcus token, I need to put it in now.
Oh god, I don't have it on.
Need to
No.
make this joke work.
Oh.
Ben, if you'll point, Colt will point at the gates and be like, Ben, if you go to those gates, is it still pointing at this thing? He's trying to push Ben further east to see if it keeps
It
pointing
now
east.
points in this direction.
Wow,
Right,
that's a
it's-
weird coincidence.
Can,
What
Go
can,
next,
I,
go next to that cart.
can I ready cantrip Fireball?
You may ready the cantrip fireball.
Colt's gonna back off. He's like, oh, fuck. He sees Fireball run in, he's readying, he's firing. Colt's like, Ben, you might want to step back. Fireball's been itching to kill something all day. I think he's about to just fire off untethered.
He's gonna blow his
Can I
load.
can I open the door?
Which door are you opening? The top door or the door to
This
your
one.
that one? Okay. Revealing
Door number 2.
the empty room.
Can I
There
then
are also
open?
some stairs going upstairs. You
Can
can
I
open this
open-
door.
Yeah.
It reveals another empty room. Roll me perception.
I'm glad we've got back to D&D as it should be. Us watching Fireball do stuff.
You notice a stairway that leads down into an underground tunnel that connects up to those stairs and these stairs. I will highlight these ones and these ones.
I don't... Wait a second. Zooming out of map. Oh, okay.
This
The
one?
one's down the bottom.
And this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you check this door?
Yeah.
Cool. Another empty room. Now, do you go up
Go up the stairs.
Yeah, these ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colt seeing Fireball doesn't immediately die.
It's our favorite room.
Colt seeing that Fireball doesn't immediately fire off will just look at like the lower levels and see if there's anything in there that he's getting like the same sort of like heebie-jeebie vibes off of that he was getting off of the
The
armor and Vasil.
the heebie-jeebie vibes are intensifying.
Fireball, there's definitely something in here.
Why do you
Fear your
think?
God.
Why do you think I've got my fireball ready?
Fireball, you come up through these stairs. Look at you.
All fireball-y like that.
Or the heebie-jeebie vibe going on the stairs up where Fireball's going, or the ones down that go back into the house.
Oh, they're coming from up.
Colt will be there then. You, like at the bottom of the stairs.
Cool. You walk into this room.
Walk here.
Actually,
It's
Colt thinking about it more. He's like,
Right.
we are specifying for this item to point at the person who killed Vasil. So, if anything, I want to be fighting alongside Fireball for this. And he like hurries up a little bit more.
I mean, I'm just put. You asked to be at the bottom of the stairs, so I put you there. And Ben also.
Calls down at. Oh wait, Ben's coming with. He's like,
Yeah,
is it still just like pointing like in the middle of this
you go
structure?
Into that, you go into that room. Okay.
Yeah. Fireball ready.
You see.
Who?
We kind of fucked up on that one, but you know.
The reveal tool never fucks up.
Okay.
You see a guy.
For some reason, this has given me like Disco Elysium vibes right now.
Just chilling in his room. Colt, you feel unspeakable evilness coming from him.
Who are you? Looking really, really pissed.
Oh, it's you! I remember you! You're that guy framed for that murder.
Why?
Ah, you're like really good.
Who the hell are you? Has Colt ever seen this guy before?
No. Well, actually, you recognize the cloak he's wearing.
As
That cloak you saw in your vision. The one that.
you know what?
The one that the guy who killed your chief was wearing.
You know what?
Right.
Fireball.
Yeah, Colt is also like, you know what? Burn 4 key points.
He's like, whoa, nice discussion about this.
Can you make a deck save? Also, I'm sculpting this around my friends.
Wait, you don't
Colt-
understand.
Colt will hold out a hand, like can Fireball like ready his action for the Fireball.
I've already readied it.
It's been ready
Okay,
all
so
a while.
so you're charging up a Fireball. Colt activates the lightning blade at max level, so he's like full powered up. Like hair's like arcing with lightning. There's lightning arcing out of his eyes, and he's just like, "You better choose your next words very wisely."
Okay. Just
Why have you done all of this? You killed our elder, had me banished from my clan, and for what good reason?
I was promised infinite power.
Oh, okay,
I-
fair enough.
That's a pretty good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I found this weird book.
What book is this?
I don't have it anymore. When
Where-
I lost the book, I forgot a lot of things about the book.
Where the hell did you lose it?
I don't know. I had to write all of this information down in a journal.
You're a moron.
So where's your... What, you... Did he
No,
say
I-
that you wrote it all down in a journal?
Yeah, it was, I think it was pretty smart. I managed to
So-
outsmart that weird book.
So where's this journal then?
He produces he just has it with him. He's like, so
Swipe it off him.
basically, ah, okay. Uh, the
Anyway, speak. Make your words. Choose your words wisely.
well, plan was, according to Book, eventually Colt become very good boy, and he gonna like save the world or something. And the Book was not happy with that.
So you just went with it. It
Well,
told you about it told you about someone doing a good deed, and then said, "No, you have to go stop that." And you were like, "Yeah, sure."
Well, you gotta understand.
Actually, you know what? Can this guy like roll to like get out of a grapple?
Once you grapple him, he fucking fails, man. He doesn't stand a chance at breaking out. Of this.
Okay.
Oh no, you put me in a headlock.
Yeah,
you get him in a headlock.
Colt drags him out and throws him in front of the clansman.
Okay, cool.
Can
Hang
I
on.
move over to the?
Back to the other map?
Yeah.
That
Let
is
Fireball let Colt and Fireball find the rest of this building first. You got any buddies in here? Shaking the guy.
He's like, no, it's just me. Everyone's okay.
Fireball
Fireball-
opens that door, it's just a
Fireball
load of
check-
devils.
Yeah.
What's in here?
Nothing.
A room that he seemed to have been taking notes in.
Oh, there
Ben,
ain't no
can we
that's
collect
still
all
there.
of this? Ben, can we collect all of his stuff?
Ben will come.
Colt will pick up the notes.
Yeah, sure. He'll hand the
Collect
notes
all-
to Colt.
Also, go
Right.
into here and collect all of his stuff from here.
Well, I've already nabbed his journal, so I've got that.
Yeah, he might have other stuff.
That's just the room he was in. He does have a chest locker at the foot of his bed.
Yeah, take that.
Opening that,
It's got a picture of a really sexy half-orc.
I was just gonna say, one of Colt's spectral arms comes out and just peels it open. He's not even trying to like say, "Hey, can you open this?" or "Is it locked?" If it's locked, it will break. He's just like, "Fuck this, rip it open."
it's already open.
Fair.
Like it was not locked. There seems to be like roll investigation. Actually, let's see if you notice this.
Which Colt won't, but he will also tell Fireball to have a quick look as well.
17 is good enough. You notice that there's a dust print where it looks like there was a book of some kind, but it's no longer there.
But there's a dust print where there used to be a book.
Where this evil book was, I imagine.
Yeah, I was told by this evil book me infinite power if I got first the chieftain of your clan killed. So I did that. That was pretty easy with special book powers, and then get you that you'd be one of the greatest heroes of goodness, and it was pretty against that whole thing.
Well, fuck you, fuck your book, fuck your cow, fuck your family,
But
and
Well,
fuck your life.
start after like getting all of his stuff, drags them out and chucks them in front of the clansmen.
okay, I'll cut back to the other map.
Colt will explain, "This is the person who killed Vazel. We are using this magic item to track down the person who did it, because it can literally track down anything that you describe. So if this item points at this guy, which it is, he done it. And also, just so that you know, buddy, you're under a zone of truth here. Divulge to these guys what you just divulged to me. Trust me, you're gonna want to." Crackles, he tenses a fist and lightning crackles around it.
Oh, I killed the I killed the chieftain of your previous tribe. I framed Colt for a murder because of how good a hero he was eventually gonna be. And I did it for infinite power, which it seemed pretty neat.
Can you
So
do...
what do you know about a curse that is afflicting us? It's making my sensei ill.
I mean, he looks at it and is like, yeah, it's definitely my magic. Like, I don't remember doing it, but it's definitely my magic.
Can you deactivate it?
Maybe?
You better start trying. Cracks his knuckles.
It's like, a good motivator. You're very motivational. Has anyone ever told you that?
Do you want to find out how motivational I can be?
Yeah, if you think I'm scary, you want to see when this guy really fires off.
He attempts to cast Remove Curse. Sonia, you know that this Remove Curse is not nearly powerful enough to remove the curses on these people. He's like, I tried. I tried real hard.
That's what matters, right?
I don't think
Can you remember
it's tough.
anything about this book?
That's just what I was going to describe. I'm also going to share the journal and his notes that he had with Sonia. Like anything in here look like it's got any gives any clues to you?
He will say he remembers nothing about the book, and the only reason he knows about the book is because while he had the book, he kept a journal that that is there, and it basically just reiterates everything he said. And the notes are like, how the fuck am I gonna get out of this situation I've gotten into?
At any point does he describe how the book appears?
Like it's described as sort of being bound in like human skin, real evil looking thing.
That sounds like the Does that remind me of any sort of book that I might know about?
Roll Arcana.
Yeah, the book of everyone's happy and loves each other.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, oh wow. While he's doing that, can I just ask one quick question that can probably just be a quick yes or no? If Colt picked up like loads of notes that Vasil had in like the other room where the armor and the training equipment was, is there any correlation at all between his notes and Vasil's?
There's a couple of correlations in the journal entries about like he like make sure the curse on the subject, which you would guess is Vasil, is still working.
Or Jerez? Is that the one where
Jerez actually never comes up other than being referred to as the victim and saying like the poisoning is going quite well, effectively.
So what's this book?
Fireball thinks that
specifically?
Fireball thinks it sounds like the Book of Exalted Deeds from his universe.
Yeah, it's the Book of Exalted. Surely it would be the Book of like Heavenly Light or something.
No, it's Exalted Deeds.
Okay,
but that's in your universe, Fireball. So surely here in our universe.
What's the opposite of good deeds?
Yeah, what Fireball? Just out of curiosity, what would the opposite book be called where you come from? The one that's real good.
Fireball would know that as the Book of Darkness.
Sonia just gives Colt a look and is like, just like the shrug of.
Yeah, it would be the I suppose in this universe that you're mixed up backwards strange universe where devils are evil. It would be the Book of Vile Darkness for some reason.
So who owns this great book of evil?
Isn't it? In my universe, it was good guy Orcus, wasn't it?
No. I mean, many people have owned it.
Of some kind.
So, would anyone know who actually currently owns it or last owned it?
Hi.
We have a lot of different people in the room.
Wait, somebody say hi.
Guy.
Yeah, the guy who just owned it.
Yeah, I used to own it.
You may not remember where you placed it, but who did you get it off?
Not you. Somebody that isn't here that may have it.
I've no clue who has it. I don't really remember. I remember when the last thing I remember is going into a cave.
What cave? Take us to this cave. I will eviscerate you.
It was a pretty just shallow cave.
I
But I
Come on,
Do you
details,
want-
details. Starts cracking his knuckles again.
Do you
Okay,
want me to introduce you to the Ring of Fire?
okay, it was like uh, it's a fair distance from here.
Okay.
Good
Like-
thing we're in a room full of travelers.
A 7 days journey as the crow flies north from here.
Okay.
I'll do it in half that.
We've got a ship. We can do it.
Well, there's not a river.
No, you're an idiot.
No, it's fine. We have means of getting there much quicker.
I
Here's
like
a suggestion. Fireball. Here's a suggestion. But I'm going to tell you this in private. And he like shuffles Fireball away. But actually, before that, you'll command Colt will like take charge of like the core group and just be like, lads, make sure this guy's restrained thoroughly.
Okay. He is completely not putting up a fight. He's like, I'd really.
I thought that K was like the rest of the core. It's just been like, oh, Colt's like really pissed. I've never seen him this angry before.
Yeah, the other cores are like, man, this is uncharacteristically like Vexel for Colt.
Anyway, Colt
What
was
do you
like,
want?
okay, yeah, I'm digging the hole, go to where this cave is and such. But let's be honest, neither of us are firing on all cylinders right now. So what if we got there and it was Orcus or whoever that owns this book? Maybe we should, take a nap first, take a knee, think about this. Also, my clansmen are probably going to want to deal with Basil's body, so we could use a little bit of time to do that. Then go fully juiced up and take this thing down. Does that not
Okay.
sound like a good idea?
Yes. Let's get your friend's body onto the ship and fly to a mountain. Ben, take us to the ship.
It's fine. We don't need the ship.
We need the ship. It's the quickest way.
You can head back to the ship. I'll meet you guys back there.
Sure.
At least let us take the body to the ship. It's starting to smell.
Colt's not going to say anything in response to that. You'll see later. Right.
It's Fireball move to
So,
try and take the body.
no, Colt won't let him.
Okay, got it.
If he tries, spectral arm will come out and just biff. Like in a sort of like slap the hand away type of gesture.
Fireball wouldn't attempt it.
Okay. Now that the guy is tied up, you got any names to give us?
Well, I don't remember. Like, you got
Ben,
like reading over his notes. It's a lot of how am I gonna get out of this tower without being noticed? I hope they don't check this tower. Maybe I can just like go out and say I don't remember, and they'll be very nice to me. That's a stupid plan.
He looks at that and it's like, it's true. It's a very stupid plan. It's making me want to act very uncharacteristically violent. When you say this tower, you're referring to that one.
Yeah, the one I was in.
Who the hell are they?
Well, you guys. Mostly the cause and the guy, the noble.
Well, at least we have a name for the item. We can hunt it down that way if it's not at this cave.
I doubt it'll be there because presumably I picked it
So
up
what
and I took it here at some point.
So what else do you know about this curse? Is it your magic, but it's juiced up by this book?
It looks similar to my magic, so I guess so.
That suggests that you have giant magic.
Oh no, the giant stuff, nothing to do with me. I think that's just a giant that's like he fought a giant. and a weird thing happened.
Although we were like determining that the giant thing was trying to help Heres. So the weakness in Heres' sickness is all your and Vasil poisoning and cursing him.
I'd guess that it was, probably me telling Vasil to do a weird thing. If that's his name. Is that his name? Is that the dead guy's name?
What weird thing?
Like, you know, me telling him to poison that guy, Harris.
So if he got his head exploded off of giving me a look, why aren't you dead?
Shrugs shoulders.
Uh, so, Sonia's
I'm
just
going.
gonna vanish for a second.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is cool. Colt
So-
is going to
I guess
shove
Yeah.
the guy up into a corner.
I guess I like yeah, okay. Sure, which corner are you shoving him into?
Like either or, and is just gonna ask the noble for a small favor, if he's willing, to have his staff take a little bit of time to just watch him, make sure he doesn't move, like at all.
Maybe take that pencil off him.
Oh yeah, Colt's patting him down, taking everything off him.
I know it's
I take it you
obviously
find-
not a pencil, but from far away it looks like he's holding a big pencil.
Okay. I mean, Ben would say that he's gonna go get
Oh.
the ship because Fireball really wants the ship. So, I guess I'll go do that. And then he flies off, go get the ship.
Sure. Colt, in that case, it's getting a bit late now, so are we going to like just rest here and then go to the cave that this guy talked about next time? Does that sound like a plan? Is that where we're going?
I can't
it's a-
answer. I'm not here.
Uh,
That sounds like where we're going.
Sounds like a plan to me. Walking back in.
Well, is Noble willing to have his staff keep an eye on the guy for like an hour or two?
oh yeah, he's fine with that. Eventually.
Thank you. In that case, if that's the basis covered, Colt will pick up Vasil's body and gesture to the other cores to follow.
Yeah, they'll all step in line with you.
They take a vote on which mountain they should go to.
A lot of them seem to want to do it at some of them. I'll say that has
Like, is everyone
Baha-
within line of sight? Which is how, like I said, take a vote on. There's
yeah.
mountains all around us. Where are we going?
Most of them will just go for the nearest mountain because
Well,
it is also,
whichever one looks most imposing.
yeah, because it is also the tallest.
Mm-hmm. Colt will bind up the body in like his grappling hook rope, sling it onto his back, and then spectral arms will like reach out, and he will gesture for all his core companions to either take those or to wrap their grappling hooks around.
Yep. They will all comply.
And then Colt will like focus his cane to the base of his body. Dust will billow out away from him as he begins to fly, for he now has a fly speed, and he helps just take them to the mountain. And uses a step of the wind to turn into lightning, and when he turns into lightning, everything that he is carrying does so with him. So just boom, lightning bolts to said mountain.
Yeah, sure.
And when he gets there, when they get there, he's just like, "Apologies, gentlemen. I know that we would ordinarily do this the old-fashioned way, but we kind of are on kind of a crunch time, so I did it this way. Well, at least we can still have the funeral proper." And we start gathering like sticks and like bits of kindling and stuff
Yeah.
to like have make a pyre. And as they stand there, Court just like, if anyone has any kind words, now's the time to say them.
They'll all step forward and talk about like all the times they've spent together with Vasil, and all the times where it's like the general sentiment is we may not have always understood him, but like even if we didn't know it, he always had our best interests at heart.
And Court will just be like, you You may not have necessarily liked me. We may never have seen eye to eye, but you always did keep your eye out for me on the battlefield. Always kept me up in tip-top shape. You were a great healer. It's just too bad you weren't as great of a clansman. And they light the fire,
Yeah.
waiting for it to burn out. Which time it's probably dark, and they will start heading back.
You leave the pyre burning. Roll perception, depending on how long you stay there.
Perception.
The ship wasn't that far away, was it?
It was not.
Training run.
By the time that they've probably arrived at the mountain and started the funeral, the ship has probably gotten here. You notice his body does not burn.
Would anybody tell me where they were?
Okay, that's kind of put a screw in the plan. Why? Like if it doesn't start burning, everyone would just turn around. Like I assume can the other guys roll this as well, just in case they do have higher modifiers? Because that's an 8.
They can all start rolling Arcana, but none of them are smart boys.
Would I have seen them run off to the mountain?
Vexel's like, maybe it's because of the curse.
Okay,
Maybe
that was just okay.
maybe it
Would
makes
it-
the body more durable.
Would I have seen them run off?
Uses like sand and bits of dirt and stuff to douse the fire. Well, this is gonna have to wait until we can get this curse lifted off us, at the very least.
I guess we should bring him back until we can find someone who can remove his curse. So we can actually bring him back and finally do this.
Or, although it could just happen again. Yes, bind up the body so that, bind up the body so that it doesn't seem to, what as much.
Yeah, they'll.
As what's the word I'm looking for? Inelegant as it is.
Yeah, they'll rebind it and head back.
Anyway, yeah, I can fly now. Flies. They turn into lightning, and all of them are like, "What the hell, man?" He's like, "Yeah, I do that.
True, he does.
I've been doing this for a while now. The flying's new. Figured it out the other day." But then brings everyone back. Asks the noble, "There's been a chink in the plan. Is there somewhere where you can store Vasil until we can figure out how to undo the curse?"
You could store him in my spell scroll room, like the
Don't
thing
we
up
have
here.
a cargo bay on the ship or a med bay on the ship?
It's cool in that room, but like, yeah, if you guys have a better place.
There's also the cells that we keep people in.
Ben will say, yeah, I guess we could keep them like refrigerated on the ship if you wanted to preserve them until a certain
Doesn't
point.
it keep them in a?
Thanks, Ben. I appreciate it.
It keeps
Sure.
him in a place where we can easily get to somewhere to cremate him.
Yeah.
Ben.
Also, since you have the ship, the ships here. Court will just be like to his clansmen, "Gentlemen, this has been my life for the last year."
Okay. As you say that, like, there's just nothing there, and Ben's like, "Oh yeah, I need to turn the cloak off," and then it just materializes. Like, oh, what the fuck is that?
It's a ship. It's a ship, a
Made-
type of airship, but it takes
Made of
you.
metal?
Yes,
How
and
would
it takes you. It'll take you, and you just point straight up. Like
How does it float?
magic.
Magic.
Looks at Ben. Magic, I assume. It became a
Uh,
lot faster when we put that magic amplifying item on it.
Ben goes, "It is magic. A little bit of, I have an emergency backup non-magic system, but yeah, magic."
Anyway,
Suddenly, two Sonias appear and are both screaming at Ben.
What's wrong?
Okay, who's Vecna?
Who's Vecna?
Who is it?
Evil god?
Okay.
Go-
More explanation.
Liches? God of liches.
What stuff has
Evil.
he done?
A lot of evil.
He's good, isn't he?
No, very evil.
I love how Joseph doesn't know why I'm asking this because it's related to my campaign.
He's intensely evil, you know.
Okay.
I've never met him before. I've just heard the stories. Ben will say.
I've heard stories that he's good.
Yeah. So think there's something wrong in my universe.
There is.
Yeah. I don't know who. It makes no sense. I don't know who Vecna is.
Cool.
But
Are
I
you-
do.
Are you bringing that guy along as well?
Yeah, he's still bound up in like grappling hook ropes and stuff, and he's just like, "You're the closest thing to a guide we have. You're coming with, whether you like it or not."
Sure. Okay. So, and I assume Fume is also coming.
Fume just decides to live here.
Graham.
Graham.exe has.
I don't know how long Graham has not been here.
He did seem to kind of just check out.
At some point, yeah.
Court will like on his way out. He'll just say, "Thank to the noble fellow. Thank you for your hospitality. I think we'll be coming back because somebody wants your heavy thithy stuff or whatever it's called."
Yes, I do.
Sonia
So-
doesn't give a shit about that right now. They're both having a massive existential crisis.
Hello?
Hello,
Yeah,
Graham.
Court will say to the noble, like you just said, they want your heavy thithy, whatever the fuck it's called. But he goes, "But they look kind of freaked out right now, and that's never good if those two are freaking out. So see you later. Bye."
Graham is
I-
here.
I tried to talk and I wasn't muted, but for some reason no one could hear me and I was very sad.
Oh, yeah, we
Oh
were
no!
we were just like the entire session. He's so quiet. Why is he
checked
not
out.
speaking?
I have been saying things for ever so often. And just it was like never in a position where it would have made a sense for them to make a comment about it. So I was like, oh,
So I
shit.
wonder at what point we stopped hearing you.
Hmm.
I mean, I haven't heard him basically since
Like-
the beginning of the session. So
like no one's answered me in like an hour and a half. So I'm like, maybe that was when. The last time I remember anyone answering a question was when it's something to do with Merkel.
Well,
I
yeah, I remember that.
I've definitely heard Graham this session.
Yeah, I heard him when he was asking about that. I haven't heard him since though.
Yeah.
Mm,
But yeah, I take it that we're all going to go back on the ship. We're going to chuck the murderer guy accomplice into one of the jail cells, refrigerate Vazel's body, have a rest because we've used a bunch of resources, and then
I've
I-
literally used everything.
either and or both go to this cave that this fella mentioned, or track down the book and by proxy its owner.
okie dokie.
At least that's what I'm getting. Is that about right to everybody?
Yeah, sounds right to me.
Is there Sonia freaking out thinking that the book belongs to Vecna?
Ah, that's not what she's freaking out about.
Court will check. Okay, just calm down. What are you freaking out about? It's never a good sign when you're upset.
I don't know.
It
That's
usually
even
means
worse.
it usually means reality is about to explode. What's
So-
going
yeah.
on?
Yeah, the other core clans, when they see Court, go from like stern authoritative to like, oh no, Sonia's upset. That means reality is going to just implode. Shit.
So I know the name Vecna because I'm here and I was looking for his eye before, but he doesn't exist. He never existed. But he clearly did. So
But he does. Ben knew who he is. He's a mega lich. Or some
yeah,
sort.
but
Isn't he good where we came from?
That's
so,
where you come from.
I'm just real upset that
Isn't Sonia from a different version
Yeah.
of...
where I'm from, something real bad's happening.
Well, at least you're in
Is
this
that-
reality now, and maybe Vecna's just a big bad lich. In which case, looks at the rest of his clan, punches like fist to palm. We're gonna deck a lich.
Essentially, Sonia is incredibly upset because she is missing knowledge that she has. And yes, this is a reference to future events for my upcoming stuff, but it's like she's in this universe, so knows things about this universe that don't match up with the stuff from hers. That now makes no sense because she definitely did know that, and now it's not there. It's just like brain hurt. Quickly go ask other me. Other me. Oh no! I also don't understand this.
Yeah, this is a bit of a mindfuck. Oh.
You don't need a mind. It's overrated. Highly.
Well, now that you're here, you're not able to like relearn that information.
It doesn't exist.
What? Where you come from?
The
It has been hackai'd from reality.
pretty much.
It has been destroyed in every version.
No, it has not been destroyed in every version. That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
Well,
If it gets
evidently
destroyed
this-
in one, it's destroyed in all of them. It's a singular item through all the universes, weirdly.
No, not the item. Separate thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe that's something that we can clear up next time.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon
get us
Ball
sued.
Spelljammer.
Oh no, we're getting sued. It was
Toriyama
No,
noticeably,
If
Toei
Dr.
is
Stone,
notably litigious.
if
Yeah.
Dr. Stone can have Goku come in and do a Kamehameha at the end of season 1, we're allowed that.
That's the privilege you get for being part of Shonen Jump. We are not part of Shonen Jump.
also for being the creator. Like
Like, oh,
It wasn't made by the same people.
what? Dr. Slump in
Sure.
Dragon Ball Z?
No,
Dr.
Dr. Stone.
Oh, Dr. Stone. Sorry,
Wasn't made by the
I
same people.
misheard.
No one talked about Dr. Slump. No one cares about that show since Dragon Ball Z came out.
Well, that's why I
Oh.
was confused.
No,
When was the
Dr.
last time you
Stone-
heard someone talk about Dr. Slump?
Right
Now
now, just
was the
me.
last time.
and then 10 seconds before that when Andrew mentioned it. So
And that
like,
was the first time it's been talked about for years.
I don't know, like there was the crossover episode in Dragon Ball Super.
yeah,
That was
I-
only
I-
a couple of years ago.
I watched that. Yeah, that was funny.
Dragon
It-
Ball Super's not canon.
It proves that
It is.
Beerus can Hakaya Ghost.
Okay,
That
sorry.
was
Dragon Ball
fun.
Super shit. That's a different statement.
I mean, it's not the best, but I'm not gonna dispute. I'm not gonna like argue that it's the
Look-
best, but
look-
it's
look,
not horrible.
Graham,
Okay,
you're
before-
thinking of GT.
Before I press the button and end the stream, can we just end by answering the question? It's episode 83, and the murderer is ...
Like and subscribe.
This guy, what's your name?
He's
I am-
called like and subscribe.
Hi, I'm John. How you doing?
John
Fuck's
Smith.
sake. God damn it! It just like chops the guy in the back of the neck and like chucks him on the floor. God damn it! Just drags him onto the ship, rope slung over his shoulder.
Perfect ending.